We'd like to welcome you to Antioch, Tennessee, the home of the Ezel Harding Christian School Eagles for tonight's playoff matchup in Division 2A. The Ezel Harding Eagles will be taking on the Vikings from Fayette Academy in Somerville, Tennessee. We'd like to welcome you, Eagle fans and Viking fans, to tonight's exciting football matchup. It's going to be a beautiful fall night for football. Temperature in the upper 50s and just a clear overcast evening for tonight's football matchup. Going to be exciting. No overcast. Actually, for a clear night, you would not have an overcast. It would just simply be clear. My name is Jason Charlton. I'll be bringing you the commentary tonight. Joined with me doing some color commentary is campus minister here at Ezel Harding Christian School, Mr. John Sullivan. John, thank you for joining me tonight.
Hey, Jason, great to be here. It's a great night for football, isn't it?
Man, I tell you, I don't think it could be a better night for football. We were thinking it might be a little bit cool tonight, but I believe the temperature got up a little bit higher than the forecast, and so it's just turned off to be perfect. No wind. Watching the flag right now.
Laying flat against the pole, isn't it? Yeah, great night, Jason. I just pulled up, and the parking lots were full. Our guests have definitely traveled tonight to see their students play, and we've got more and more of our home team Eagle fans rolling into the stadium right now.
It is, and it's not easy to get to Somerville, Tennessee. We had to make the trip a couple of years ago. Our girls played in I believe it was the sub-state at Fayette Academy in Somerville, Tennessee.
That's right.
Nice school, out in the country, beautiful, beautiful country, out in West Tennessee, near Memphis, just east of Memphis. And so we're glad to have so many of them joining us. Hopefully we'll have some joining us on the broadcast tonight. They are broadcasting over the airwaves on the radio. So they have a broadcasting crew here bringing play-by-play over the radio.
Very cool.
So we're going to be talking a little bit just briefly about Fayette Academy, Ezel Harding, kind of their seasons, what has gotten them here so far. Fayette Academy comes into tonight's football game with an overall record of 8-2. Very impressive record. Of course, playing out in West Tennessee, the Eagles and the Vikings have no common opponents for the season, but their schedule is as follows. They opened the season this year with a 59-27 very impressive win over Bolivar Central at Bolivar Central. Very impressive win to start the season. They followed it up with a 44-7 win against First Assembly Christian. Two on-the-road victories, very impressive victories to start the season. Followed it up with a win against Tipton Rosemark Academy, another team in their region, 42-14.
Yeah, that's a big win for them. Jason, I've been out to Tipton Rosemark. It's a great-looking campus. For them to get in there, Coach Vic, to get in there and get a win, that's a big win for them.
Start the season 3-0 and then follow it up with their third. They had their first 3 out of 4 games on the road, and they won all 3 of those games with an impressive win at Southern Baptist out of South Haven, Mississippi. Won that game 28-27. Then they came up against a very good St. George's team. We'll talk a little bit later on about some of the other opponents for tonight's matchup in playoff action. But St. George's handed the Vikings their first defeat of the season, 36-7. It was a home loss for the Vikings. Then they follow up with Bishop Byrne, another impressive victory, 45-6. University School of Jackson was a defeat the next following week, 34-14. Rossville Christian Academy on the road at Rossville Christian Academy won 42-14. Evangelical Christian was a victory over Evangelical Christian 21-20. And then last week, an impressive victory at Jackson Christian 24-14. Had they lost to Jackson Christian, John, we would tonight be playing Jackson Christian. So that was to see who traveled and who had to stay home. So that was a big victory for them.
Good playing game. Jason, just looking at this record that they have, they win them close and they win them by big. So it's going to be important for the Eagles not to give up on this game. If they keep it tied in there close, they could go either way. So we got to play tough through 4 quarters. Looking at these 2 losses, though, one of them was a blowout. The other one, kind of got away from them there at the end. So if we can pull out an early lead, we may be able to get a jump on these guys, and they may not be able to regain that.
When they win, they score a lot of points. When they lose, they're held to just very few points.
That's right.
So just watching, I went on Play on Sports website last night and watched some of their games against some of their other opponents. And you're going to have to, for the key to victory tonight, John, is keying on the ground game. They will run the ball probably 80% of the time.
Sure.
And so if you can key on their run game, and they've got some big running backs, which is led by a fullback who's going to carry the ball. And, John, he's a big guy. And you get him going downhill, and it's just he's going to be difficult to stop. We really don't have anybody size-wise that can match up to him.
It's going to take team defense, Jason, and I say that defense wins ball games, but it's not one defensive player. If we can get that defensive line keyed in on stopping him, our backs will have a good day, and that lets our corners and safeties try to stop that passing attack if they do try to implement that on us tonight. You're right, though. When they score, less than 20 points, they do not come out with a win, or very rarely. So if we can keep them to that's a low-scoring game, keep it within a touchdown late in the fourth quarter. If we can score, we can steal this away from them.
Ezel Harding on the season is 5-5. They're 500 on the season. They started off the season with a 30-7 loss against Columbia Academy, followed it up with the road win at Middle Tennessee Christian, 34-13. Then followed up with another road victory against Mount Juliet Christian. That was a region win, and they won that game 27-0. The following week was a very difficult loss to Donaldson Christian Academy.
Man, what a great game that was.
It was one of the best games I've seen here on this field. They lost that game 17-14 in the last few seconds of the ball game. Difficult loss for the Eagles there. Then they traveled down to Columbia, Tennessee to play Zion Christian Academy, where they won 62-28.
That's right, Jason. I was at that game, and it seemed like Blake Smotherman had 300 or 400 all-purpose yards that night. They could not do anything to stop him. You know that they're going to be keying in on Smotherman tonight to try to stop our big run game.
Absolutely, and one of the things that's going to be interesting to watch tonight has been the development of some of our running backs. Blake Smotherman, I'm sure, will be back at quarterback again. And a couple of freshman running backs we'll talk about here in just a moment that have really come to life in the last few games of the season. Be interesting to see how they carry that momentum into tonight's
Absolutely.
game. The Eagles then went on the road to Knoxville, probably one of the best teams in the state. Lost that one 42-7. Followed it up homecoming night, lost to Franklin Road Academy. The score is 49-28, but I tell you, John, it was much closer than that. We had the lead going into the fourth quarter and just ran out of gas.
Sure did, yeah. Robert Lindsay and I had a chance to call that game. We hang in with them close, even turned the ball over on them late in the first half and turned it for a pick six. Took the lead into the half, but then it fell away from us there at the end.
Davidson Academy was the following week, and Davidson Academy is a team that has really stuck it to us the last few years, and the Eagles brought their A game, and they took it to Davidson Academy and beat the Bears 42-21. Very impressive victory. Then the final game of the season was against a much larger school, some big guys from Pleasant View, Tennessee, Sycamore High School, and they brought it in here, and the Eagles, honestly, they may have been kind of just playing not to get hurt and knowing kind of what their standing was in the region.
Sure was. It was a tough week. They hadn't had class all week, and they were here practicing, but the atmosphere felt weird. It wasn't the typical Friday of class, ball game day, and so the atmosphere was a little bit different. That may have gotten their heads a little bit.
It may have, and Sycamore really put it to us, beat us 42-7. So there you have it. Fayette Academy, the Vikings, coming into tonight's game with a record of 8-2, and Ezel Harding Christian School with a record of 5-5. The Vikings have won the toss, and they elect to defer to the second half, so the Eagles will get the kickoff to start the game here under clear skies in beautiful Antioch, Tennessee. We're glad you could join us for tonight's exciting playoff action. Number 18, Britt Gamber, the junior place kicker for Fayette Academy, will be kicking off. Back to receive is Daniel Williams and Blake Smotherman to receive for the Eagles.
Jason, let's see if they go directional kick away from Smotherman. Surely a scouting report would let them know to kick it away from that guy. He's dangerous, and looks like they do.
And they kick it out of bounds, which is fortunate for the Eagles. They'll get the ball starting, I believe, if I remember the rule correctly, at the 35-yard line. Indeed, they are kicking it away from Smotherman. You have to kick it away from Smotherman and also from Daniel Williams, who is a running back who has really turned it on the last few games, particularly Davidson Academy. A fantastic game against the Bears.
He sure did. Not sure if their kicker can kick the ball deep or if he kicked it short like that on purpose, but in any direction, didn't have a return by the Eagles, but we did have a major chunk of yards picked up on that penalty.
The Eagles with two backs, two wideouts left, one right. The give is to Williams, who carries up the middle, and he's going to pick up about a yard and maybe 2.
Yeah, that stop there came from defensive stop from the Vikings there. Number 56, their big linebacker, is the one that ended up dropping him. Looks like Luke Chidwell is the name who picked him up, 66.
A nice stop by the Vikings. The Eagles will have it 2nd and 9 on the 36. Just underway here in the first quarter. Backs in the eye. The give up the middle. Nothing there. As a matter of fact, he may have lost it. He gets back. They give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, big stop there. Number 12, Gage Friedman makes that stop. Also, help on that one, number 35, Landry Sullivan made stop on that play. As I bring up 3rd and 10 now, see if they can get this converted, get the ball moving, and try to cross midfield in this possession.
Smotherman under center. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got some room, and he doesn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to drop him short. That's the scouting report, John. Smotherman, if he gets outside the pocket, he can run, and they're just not going to let him do it.
They sure did. Big number 7, Blake Douglas, came in there to make that stop. We're going to see a lot of him running the ball tonight, too. Smotherman got the foot on him, but just in no time he covered, no room to go, and drops him for a short loss there.
The Eagles go 3 and out. Brings up 4th and 11. Back to kick will be Colt Ellis for the Eagles. No one to receive for the Vikings.
Looks like they're trying to get a hand on this punt there, Jason.
The Eagles run one off.
They do. They've got the full block on. Kick goes up the middle. Great kick. No
Good
return.
Kick.
That ball is going to roll.
Nice roll. Nice kick by Colt Ellis. It'll be down at the 18.
Number 11, Matthew Knipp on the coverage there. Downs the ball. Eagles will take over, or Vikings will take over.
It's a great punt. I tell you, I've enjoyed a few times during 7th period in the last few weeks going out and punting with Colt Ellis. I love to punt, and Colt is a soccer player as well, so you know he's got a good foot, and he got a fantastic roll there on the punt to get it inside the 20, where the Vikings will start 1st and 10, just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know Coach Hall has to be pleased with the turn of field there. If he's going to play up the field, back the field, he's going to enjoy having the advantage here for sure.
The give is to the fullback up the middle, and he is going to fall forward to the 20-yard line. He's going to pick up 2. Nice stop by the Eagles. The big fullback there again, John. He is a load, and he's just difficult to bring down. I think we had 3 guys pulling on him.
I think he did too. Big stop by the linebackers there. I think Cranston Gentry got in there on him, and big defensive line. Justin Woodard, I think, got a hand on him as well.
Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Backs are in the eye again. A wide receiver right and left for the Vikings. The give is to the running back, and he's got a little bit of room. He crosses the 25 out to the 26. It's going to bring up probably 3rd down and about 2.
Yeah, it's a great play there by Daniel Thompson. Again, our big sophomore linebacker tight end is going to see some play on offensive too. He rushed straight to the ball, dropped the ball carrier, and for a short gain there.
The Vikings are in a situation, John, that they like 3rd and short because it's difficult to stop them from gaining 2 or 3 yards, 2 3-yard chunks at a time. But if the Eagles can make a stop here, they're really not in a position to go for it on 4th.
Definitely not. We'll try to play that game of field positioning all night long.
The give is to the fullback, and he does get the 1st down as he just carries a flock of Eagles across
the ball is turned over.
Picked up by the Eagles, and it's going to be 1st down for the Eagles at the 11-yard line. Big turnover here in the first quarter, John. And turnovers normally tell the story of the ball game when we're finished, and that's a big one because the Eagles are already in scoring position.
That's right. Already another big play by the sophomore, number 85, Daniel Thompson, getting his hand in there. Cranston Gentry getting in there, ripping that ball loose. Great recovery, and the ball gets carried all the way down to the 10-yard line. The Eagles ready to go and try to get on the board first.
And they're rushing to the line like there might be the chance of instant replay, which we don't have.
Yeah, don't think we have that here.
I tell you, this is the third time the Eagles have had to run a guy off the field at the end. They look a little confused. The give is to Williams, who wasn't able to get outside. A great stop by number 15, Tanner Womack for the Vikings. Saved the touchdown.
Sure did. He had a great beat on that run. Couldn't get into the end zone, Jason.
It's going to be 2nd and 7. Pick up a 3 by Williams.
It appears from the markers that Ezel Harding can achieve a first down without scoring.
The give is to Williams, who cuts it back, and he picked up 1 to the 6, John, and he did. I heard the coaches hollering, you got to cut it upfield, and he tried to go lateral and just wasn't able to have the speed.
There was no room. It looked like he had a hole for a second, Jason. He ducked his nose and his shoulder, tried to get in there, but was turned away quickly. So he did make a gain, but he didn't get in the end zone like he wanted to.
3rd and 6 from the 6-yard line.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles. They can pick up a first down without scoring, as they took the ball right outside the 10-yard line. In the wishbone, Smotherman under center. The give up the middle to the 5-yard line, and that's about it. It's going to be 4th down and 5. Let's see if the Eagles decide to just kick what would be close to just a point after attempt to put the Eagles up 3-0, and they will indeed send on the field goal kicker, number 8, Zachary McLean. Zachary, a sophomore for the Eagles. He's also a wide receiver and defensive back, and he will come on. Matt Gnipp will hold for McLean. Ball's in the center of the field.
This should be a chip shot, Jason.
The snap is good. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 6:44 left in the first quarter. Ezel Harding gets on the board first, and they lead 3-0.
It's 34 is 44. It goes.
Yes. Ezel Harding takes the lead after a Fate Academy turnover. They got the ball down to the 11-yard line. 3 plays down to the 5, and on 4th and 5, Zachary McLean kicks it through the uprights for the Eagles' 3-0 lead. McLean will now kick off for the Eagles. He chips it to the 30-yard line, where he is upended at about the 42, 43-yard line. A nice tackle. Nice tackle by Cranston Gentry, the senior for the Eagles, who has his big impact. He loves to hit people.
He sure does. Normally wears number 20. I didn't see that he changed jerseys tonight. Wearing number 57, Cranston Gentry. Normally wears jersey number 20, but they've got him suited up in a different number tonight.
Fate Academy has the ball 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Backs in the eye again. The give is to the running back, and he has a hole, and he might go, and he will. Nobody's going to catch him. A lot of bust-out speed there for number 3, Marcus Miller, the senior running back. Once he finds the hole, John, he's just going to bust through it. You're not going to catch him.
Good grief, he turned on the burners. He got through that second level, and it was no catching him. Great handoff, great hole up to the left side. I'm sure the Eagle defense under Coach Hall is going to make some adjustments there. We had great contained defense the first possession. That one just got away from us, it seems like.
Miller on the season, 136 carries for 1,251 yards. He has a 9.2 yard average per carry.
It's always fun to see a 1,000-yard rusher come in, but not when it's for the other team. Hard to watch that one come in.
Well, he just scored his 18th touchdown of the season. What a fantastic run there by Mr. Miller. The extra point kick is on the way, and it's good. With 6:28 left to go, the Vikings strike quickly, and they lead 7-3. After the quick strike by the Vikings, they take a 7-3 lead. 6:28 left to play here in the first quarter. Back to receive again for the Eagles is Smotherman and Williams. See if they try to kick it short again. And we've got a couple guys up. We have, looks like we have Dorian Banks, and I believe that's number 80, Rayshon Perry.
Mm-hmm.
And they do kick it deep, and Smotherman will field it at the 15. He's to the 20.
He's got some room, Jason.
He does have
turns
some
up
room.
the field.
He's to the 40, the 50, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, cross midfield, out of bounds at the, what one of our former broadcasters used to say, the 51-yard line. He's out at the 49, where the Eagles will set up 1st and 10.
That's a great little run back there. He took the ball across the field instead of running north to south. He cut it across the field, found a little bit of room, cut it upfield, and had a great gain there.
I believe the Vikings from here on may just turn sideways and just kick it straight out of bounds.
I think that might be the plan. I love the adjustment that Coach Hall made. He had the 2 deep men, but then he had 2 of his faster receivers just south of them, just short of them, to try to get hands on the ball. Don't know if they were going to pitch the ball out or if they were going to make the return themselves, but either way, looks like we had a great coverage.
John, this is the 4th time we've had a guy, as we've talked about, try and get off the field, and the Eagles broke huddle with too many players, and so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Something is not right with the communication in terms of who needs to be on the field. And so that's going to cost the Eagles 5 before they even get started. They're back across
the 51-yard line.
And now the 54.
At our own 54.
So the Eagles will have it 1st and 15. Smotherman in shotgun formation. And he's going to have the QB keeper. He is across the 50, down to the 40. They're going to give him the 49. Looked like he had the 48, but he's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. A pickup of 5 would be 2nd and 10.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Eagles looking to score to go back up on top. The nice return from the kickoff from Blake Smotherman. Smotherman again in shotgun formation. Snap a little low and looked like a fumble, but somebody's helmet, and Smotherman is dropped back at the 40, maybe the 43, 42-yard line. This is going to be a loss of about 7 or 8.
Looks like it was. All that ground he gained back on 1st down after the penalty he just lost. Big stop there by number 12, Gage Friedman from Fayette Academy. Looked like there was a fumble in the field. A helmet came off, stood up several of our players, and just that stall got Gage in for the big stop there.
The snap was a little low to Smotherman, and I think it may have thrown the play off just a little bit. And by that time, the defense was already in the backfield, and he really didn't have anywhere to go. Be 3rd and 18. Ball at the 43. Smotherman again. Shotgun formation. Snap is high that time. And he is going to get outside the pocket. And he's going to throw incomplete. And so that's going to bring up 4th and 18. The Eagles will be forced to punt. John, what seemed to be good business for the Eagles turns out to be a disaster, and they fall back to 4th and 18, not a position to where they can go for it here. They'll have to punt it away.
Sure is, Jason. Tough possession. You start the possession with a breaking the huddle with too many men, a penalty, and then losing some yards after a gain. We'd wish we could have that one back. Smother makes a great play, rolls out and tries to deliver the ball down the field, hits Williams in the hands, but he can't bring it in.
Colt Ellis, low snap, and he punts it away to number 3, Marcus Miller. Another nice roll. It's going to be down right outside the 20, about the 21, 22-yard line.
Not another bad punt again by Ellis. Playing that field position game, and other than the score, it's intended to work for Ezel Harding.
You know, you wonder, John, why in the first punt attempt, if you're going to send Marcus Miller back to receive, why you wouldn't do that every time.
No, I think they probably thought they wouldn't have enough blocking. They'd try to get a hand on the punt and turn that game over quickly. But the blocking's been pretty sound on the special teams, Jason, and that time they elect to just put the coverage in instead of trying to rush the punter.
Really makes you wonder how you scout your punting game with somebody with the speed of Miller, try and just get some height so that he either has to make a fair catch or is just not able to return the ball. We're going to run the option, and the quarterback gets outside the pocket, and he's to the 50, down to the 40, and he might go. Looks like the Eagles may try and catch him, and they do drag him down inside the 5-yard line. There's a quarterback keeper, and they take it down inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Sorry, the 3-yard line. Another big run by Fate Academy.
Sure was. A great stop by Dorian Banks. I hate that he caught him on the 2, but he tracked him down from the opposite side of the field. Quarterback looked fast, but that time Dorian Banks did catch him. Took a great line to the end zone, stopped him before he could get in, saved the touchdown.
Fayette has really sold the fact that they like to run the ball up the middle. They faked it up the middle, ran the option outside to the left, and the quarterback keeper all the way down to the 3. Be first and goal, ball at the 3-yard line for Fate Academy. Vikings looking to score to add to their 7-3 lead. Quarterback under center, backs an eye. Fumble and the give, and it's going to be lost back to the 10-yard line.
Big stop there by number 12, Jason Clark, in on the stop. Jason Clark's another young guy, freshman coming in, playing some linebacker for us. Handles that miss snap really well, comes in, makes a stop.
Timeout Fate Academy. John, they gave him the 5-yard line. I'm going to say that when the quarterback fumbled the snap, maybe he was down. Maybe his knee was down when he picked it up or something. They're giving him the 5-yard line. That's the only thing I can think of. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 when we come back to action. Fate Academy takes a timeout. Something amiss on the snap, and we're back live action. 4 minutes, 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 2nd and goal at the 5 for the Vikings. The give up the middle, and he has met, and he is going to be dropped for a loss of about 1. They're going to give him a loss of about half a yard. A nice stop there by the Eagles. They read that perfectly, and it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 5.
Big stop there by number 7, Dorian Banks. Also, Daniel Williams, big stop, turned the ball over earlier, has been in on a couple of big tackles. This guy is quite the athlete.
He absolutely is, offensively and defensively. 3rd and goal, big defensive stop here by the Eagles might force the Vikings to go for 3. I'm not sure historically what they would do in such situation, but nonetheless, a big defensive stand here by the Eagles is what we need. And it's the fake, and the quarterback across the middle for a Viking touchdown. The play fake, the action for a running team, John, is going to suck them in every time, and the defense just was not there to make the play, and they're going to go up 13-3 with 3:14 to play.
Sure was. Great play call there, Jason. With all the running that they're doing with strong running game, it forces us to play man-to-man coverage on the outside. We have no help under, no help on top, being with a short field there. Great play fake by the quarterback. He just ran an in route. As soon as he made that hitch, the quarterback hit him between the numbers. Easy score for the Vikings.
It's a great timing play there. The Eagles have a man down on the field, so we will await the point after attempt. I'm not sure who is down for the Eagles. Down for the Eagles was Casey Perkins. Hope he's okay. We'll see if we can get a report from the sidelines.
Gamber on to attempt the point after for the Vikings.
The point after attempt is on the way, and it is good. 3:14 to play in the first quarter. Fate Academy adds to their lead. It's 14-3. We'll be back right after this. Back to receive the kickoff for the Eagles. Again, are Smotherman and Williams. The Vikings have really stolen the momentum after the Eagles jumped on top 3-0. They've had back-to-back touchdowns and now lead 14-3. Eagles in a hole. They need something good to happen here on this offensive possession, John. They chip it to the middle, and it is fumbled and recovered by the Vikings.
Short kickoff this time to the middle of the field, Jason. We had hands on the ball, but it bounced off the pads and could not bring it in. It's going to be an ugly turnover for Ezel Harding Eagles. The Vikings will take over just across midfield into Eagles territory.
There are flags on the field where the fumble was recovered. We'll wait the call.
Sure be nice if this was offsides on the kickoff, wouldn't it?
Would be, but it is going to be a personal foul against the Eagles. Probably some just some built-up emotion there from the last two defensive stands that ended up in scores for Fayette Academy, and then the fumble. Eagles a little bit frustrated right now, which gives Fayette Academy great field position inside the 30, down at about the 28-yard line. Eagles needing a stop here, needing to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit, or maybe another turnover. Just keep stripping the ball, keep pulling at the ball, and need something good to happen here.
Would be. They need to call on their senior leadership. On that big defensive line, they got a lot of senior leadership. See if big Justin Woodard right here can't get a big turnover, get the ball back in the Eagles' hands.
The ball fake, the pass across the middle is complete down to the 2-yard line. And again, John, the pass fake, the ball fake to the running back just pulls the defense in, and the lob across the middle was complete down again to the 2-yard line.
Sure was. Another great play, had good coverage, but the throw across the middle of the field, you've got that slot receiver making that little fly pattern right in the middle of the field. All he had to do was beat a linebacker, and he did that. Had the speed, ball came over the top and made a great catch.
Great pass and catch, completion down to the 2, where the Vikings will have it 1st and goal. They strike quick, John. The give to the big number 35, who barrels his way, and he stopped short at the 1, about the half-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That defensive line's fired up right now, Jason. They're not excited being down, but they sure are fired up, ready to make a play. See if we can make a couple stops here, keep them just to a field goal or off the board altogether. I think that would be some great momentum for the Eagles going into the start of the second quarter.
You can see why the Vikings score as many points as they do with the weapons that they have, both at quarterback and also at running back. And the good thing is, with a lot of time left, the coaches have an opportunity to make some defensive changes here, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Number 35, Sullivan Landry. John Sullivan is a big kid, and you know what? He's a sophomore.
Yeah, I think schools in Memphis are going to see him for a long time. He made a big play there. Just pretty much walked into the end zone behind that big offensive line, ran over the right shoulder of his tackle, and just walked right into the end zone.
The Vikings take a 20-3 lead, point after attempt on the way. The snap is good. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Vikings from Fayette Academy lead the Eagles from Ezel Harding 21-3. Back to receive the kick for the Eagles again is Williams and Smotherman. two names that we don't want to have to call anymore about returning kickoffs. Need something good to happen here. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Let's see what they decide to do. My guess is they will chip it again, and they do, to the middle of the field. And it is picked up by the Eagles. Clark on the return for the Eagles, where they will have the ball. Decent field position, ball at the 34-yard line.
Well, you see their strategy, Jason, seems to be what they want it to be right now. They're kicking the ball short. They've only had one big return from Smotherman, and I can imagine we're not going to see any more deep kicks for the night. We'll see if Coach makes another adjustment, see if he can bring one of his deep backs in a little closer.
Smotherman under center. Dorian Banks the back. The option to Banks, and he is snowed under inside the 30 at the 29. Looked like a busted play. It's like Williams may have missed an assignment there, but the ball is going to be about a 5-yard loss for the Eagles. 2nd and 15 on the 29.
Yeah, Smotherman tried to duck his shoulder in there, make a fake to pull one of the defenders off, but they didn't buy it. He made the pitch out, and the Vikings were right there to stop that play.
Be 2nd and 15. 1:20 left to play in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter, John. A lot of action, but not the kind of action the Eagles are looking for here in the first quarter. The snap is high. The give, and he's going to lose again. He's going to be down at the 21-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 8, and it's going to be 3rd and 23.
And just like that, a big stop again for the Vikings. Number 12, Gage Friedman again on the stop. He gets in there quickly. Big shoulders, big tall kid. He's able to come in from that linebacking spot that he's running and made another big stop to that right side.
3rd and 22. They gave him the 22-yard line. It's not a situation where the Eagles, or any team for that matter, would be very comfortable. Smotherman is going to be in shotgun formation. The pass is incomplete, out of bounds to number 9, Caldwell, and he was out of bounds. It looked to be a good call there.
Man, looked like he almost got that foot in, but the referee was right on it right away, crossed his arm saying that pass was incomplete. But what a great pass by number 21, Smotherman, Jason.
Fantastic.
He was rolling hard to his left in a dead sprint, cocked his shoulders and threw that ball right in there, and just unable to pull it in right there before he get his feet in. He did make the catch, though.
That's a difficult pass to make. Difficult pass on the run. And Colt Ellis back again to punt for the Eagles. Back to receive Marcus Miller for the Vikings. And the ball is snapped into the end zone, and Ellis kicks it through the end zone for a safety.
It's a heads-up play right there. You never like to see your team doing that, but with the snap over his head, if he picks it up and they tackle him, it could hurt him. If he tries to get the punt off, they could return it, block it in for a touchdown. He just needed to get the ball off the field, so he made a wise decision, even though you hate to see it go that way.
The safety adds to the Viking lead. They're now ahead 23-3 with 16.3 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's been a first quarter the Eagles like to forget. But again, John, if the coaching staff can make some adjustments defensively to stop the Viking momentum, we've got some tools on offense to pull us back into this thing.
We sure do. Man, what would a turnover do right now? Pick 6. I know Daniel Williams is dying to make a play right now. Definitely know Cranston Gentry would love to make a play up the middle. We need some senior leadership, one of those big talented outs that we have to make a big play. See if we can get the ball back on their side of the field as quickly as possible. It's going to have to come after a big defensive stop, though.
See if the Eagles choose to punt or kick off a tee here, as you have the option. Looks like they're taking the tee out. They will kick it off the tee. Zachary McLean, rather. His brother is Justin McLean. Zachary will kick from the 20-yard line again, so the Vikings will get great field position either way. See if McLean decides to kick it deep or to punch it again like he's done. And he is going to kick it straight into the gut of number 22, Ben Russell. And so the Vikings will have fantastic field position at the 31-yard line.
Looks like he was trying to either kick it off a man, get a little onside recovery. May have come off the wrong part of his foot, went right into the up man. Great possession by number 22 to get on the ball, fall on it, so he didn't turn the ball over. Maybe a little trickery out of the playbook of Coach Hall.
May have been. You know, it's again, if you feel the momentum really, really slipping, then you sometimes just kind of pull a trick out of your back and see if you can make it work. The pitch to the outside, and he has got the corner, and he is going to fly down the sideline and into the end zone for a touchdown.
With that play there, he's looking at coming in close to a huge night, Jason. With the first quarter, he's already gotten 2 touchdowns on the night. That one just a pitch hard to the left. They had coverage. They had great blocking, and he just turned it up the field, and we couldn't stay with him.
But, John, as fast as he was, you would have thought that was Marcus Miller. But it wasn't. It was number 7, the other senior running back, Blake Douglas. So if you have 2 fast running backs like that, you've got a lot of offensive power. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 6 seconds left to play here in the quarter. We'll keep it here. The Vikings have scored 30 unanswered points here to end the first quarter. John Douglas has 66 carries for 561 yards. He has an 8.5 yard per carry average.
Yeah, these guys really know how to use their attempts, don't they, Jason? They're making the most of their plays on the ground. They don't run the ball up the middle a lot for no gains. They're finding ways to get through cracks, finding the ways to get the ball out to the outside. And it seems like right when you're ready to stop the run, they've got that play action. The quarterback comes over the top and hits you deep for a play. Hard to stop this offense.
Well, Landry scored the previous touchdown. He's a sophomore. He's running back, but he's big like a fullback, and he has 41 carries on the season for 327 and right at 8-yard per carry average. So their 3 top running backs are averaging 8.5 to 9 yards per carry. That's pretty impressive. I don't care who you're playing.
Gamber will kick off for the Vikings. Blake Smotherman and Daniel Williams at the receiver.
The kick is chip shot into the center again, and the Eagles fall on it. Nobody really there, and it's the same spot again, and the Eagles were just too far back and weren't able to catch it, but they were able to fall on it at the 34-yard line. 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, good awareness by number 12, Jason Clark. He sees the ball chipped up again, runs up from his position deeper, falls on the ball just before the Vikings can get on it, and so that'll help our possession out. We get the ball in decent field position. Good thing we'll keep it going into the second quarter. We've got to score on this possession, Jason.
Wishbone. The give is up the middle, across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 2, be 2nd and 8. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's been all Fade Academy. The Vikings are on top of the Eagles at the end of the first quarter, 30-3. We'll be back right after this. It's an injury timeout on the field, and while we do have a special report from one of our broadcasting students. You ready to tell us your story?
Yes, I am.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Aviana Goodner, and this is my story. This year's football team has had a tremendous season. They have played many hard games on their journey to the playoffs. With the regular season record of 5-5, the Eagles look to keep it up. I recently had a chance to interview Coach Reggie Grimes. I asked him what his expectations are for the team. His response was, I want them to play hard, play fast, and in the end get the win. We all wish the team the best of luck on their postseason journey.
Thank you so much. A fantastic job by our broadcasting crew, everyone tonight, from the stories to the video to the producing. Fantastic job there in story, Coach Grimes. We appreciate you doing that for us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We'll be starting the second quarter. The Eagles will have the ball 2nd and 8 on the 36-yard line, trailing the Vikings 30-3. The Eagles need to score in a bad way. I mean, just to get something positive going here. Smotherman rolls out to the right. He's got some room. He's to the 40. He's to the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. They give him the 45 and a half. It's going to be enough for an Ezel Harding first down. Didn't look good out of the gate, but he was able to roll it outside to the right and pick up the first down.
Big O'Charlie's first down right there, Jason. Great run. He goes left, reverses the field. Smotherman with enough speed to get ahead of those linebackers. By that time, all of their D-backs are down the field making coverage, and he was able to get the first down. Great O'Charlie's first down.
Man, I tell you what, love to give out shouts out to our corporate sponsors. O'Charlie's been with us all year long, feeding the football team chicken tenders and hot yeast rolls. Blake Smotherman under center, backs wishbone again. We're going to give it to Dorian Banks, who gets outside to the left, and he is going to have the 50 and out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. A big pickup of almost 10, picked up about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and about 1.
Sure was. The impressive thing about that run is yards after touch. They had a man on him, got his hands on him, and Dorian Banks was able to break that tackle and run for another 4 or 5 yards. This is the momentum we've been looking for, Jason. I think Coach Hall has them fired up. It looks like they understand the play calling a little bit, and see if this little drive we put together will turn into a score for us.
They give him 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 on the 46. They're going to move it out to the right, and he's going to try and turn the corner, and he does. He's going to be out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Sorry, the 42-yard line. This is going to be an Ezel Harding and an O'Charlie's first down.
Big run right there for number 44, Daniel Williams. He just keeps adding up to what he's contributing to this team. Good run there. Let's see if we keep the ball on the ground. I see their linebackers creeping up more and more. Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach go over the top here with a little play-action pass, give them a taste of their own medicine.
2 wideouts now for the Eagles. Backs in the eye. Smotherman under center. He drops, and he's going to be dropped at midfield at the 50-yard line. They're going to lose 8. They give him the 59. That's a little gracious, but we'll take it. And he's going to drop about 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 18. And Smotherman, which you don't like to see, but he is down on the field. And Smotherman, John, is one of the toughest kids you'll ever come across. He has played through injury. I mean, he's playing with a cast on his arm right now.
He sure is. Went to the doctor this afternoon. Was supposed to get his cast taken off. I hate to see if this is a wrist injury. Coach Hall immediately out on the field to check on his running back and quarterback there. Let's pray that nothing worse than just maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
As is tradition, you like to see both teams taking a knee, not only on the field but on the sidelines. Good show of sportsmanship for both teams.
And a good sign as Smotherman is up off of his back. Slowly helped to the sideline.
Looks like he is holding his left arm, or maybe he's limping. It's really hard to tell. I mean, that kid, I'm telling you, you name it, and he's hurt it this year. He has really, really battled through the injuries. And coming in to quarterback for the Eagles.
Looks like number 9, Ryan Caldwell, going to be in for the quarterback for the Eagles taking over.
Caldwell is receiving the play from the sideline. The question was whether it was going to be Gnip or Caldwell, and they did choose Caldwell. He is under center. Backs are in the eye. The give is up the middle to Williams, who breaks a tackle, and he falls forward, and he's going to cross the 30 down to the 28. A first down for the Eagles, and a big pickup by Williams.
What a tough run there for number 34, Williams. He just hit the hole hard and didn't stop, shook two men off, and I think he gained another 4 or 5 yards after initial touch. Great run by Williams.
I tell you, the Williams-Banks attack is something that's really going to be fun to watch for the Eagles. Both of them freshmen, so for years to come, that's going to be fun to watch. Caldwell under center again, and he is going to be snowed under. Looked like they were trying to possibly run the option to the right, and he drops back to the 31-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 3. Second 13.
Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be second and 13 for the Eagles.
Caldwell under center again. He cuts it upfield. He crosses the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Pick up a 5. It's going to be 3rd and 8. And, John, you are in 4-down territory. Unless you get a big drop for a loss again, you're in 4-down territory. You got to make something happen.
Absolutely. A field goal doesn't do us a whole lot of good right now, being down 30-3. Caldwell's got some momentum with that fake handoff, cutting the ball upfield. That time he was able to spin his way for an extra few yards. So, yeah, I would expect this is 2 downs. To try to pick up this first.
I tell you, when Caldwell gets hit, it looks like somebody shoots him out of a cannon.
It really does.
All of his limbs just start flying. So it's 3rd and 8. Big offensive opportunity here for the Eagles to see what they can get going. Caldwell under center. He drops to pass. Pressure's coming, and he's going to be snowed under. And, John, that's exactly what you couldn't have happen. And we're going to have
be a personal foul right
that
there.
Could help the Eagles right there.
That's going to help us out. Not the way we wanted to have it.
Let's see what the call is going to be. Flag on the field. As the referee's trying to sort it out. Looks like a lot was going on there. Let's see what they end up with. They're going to move it forward. It's going to be an Ezel Harding first down on a personal foul, I'm pretty sure. But looks like there was a lot of activity going. But sometimes, John, they don't catch the first offender. They catch the second one. It looks like that may have happened there.
Yeah, it did. Not sure who got hands to him. Not sure what was said, but something. And he retaliated and got the foul blown on him. So helps Ezel Harding out. Not an automatic first down on this play, but we're a lot closer, picking up a 1 yard for a first down on this play.
4th and 1. I thought a personal foul was an automatic, but apparently not. The Eagles are going to go for it, and the give is going to be to Williams, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, I think he did get it. He thought he had a little extra, but that made the stop immediately, but it looked like not after he was able to pick up that first down.
First down for the Eagles. Ball at the 16, right outside the 16-yard line. 8 minutes, 51 seconds left here in the first half. Eagles trailing 30-3, but trying to bring it back closer. Fade Academy looks like it's going to call their second timeout of the half. And while there's a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout as well. Your score, Fade Academy 30, Ezel Harding 3. We'll be back. We're back. The Eagles have it 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line. Backs in the eye, 2 wide receivers to the left. Caldwell under center. He drops to pass, and he's going to fling it into the end zone, to the corner of the end zone for an incompletion, almost a pass interference. We do have a flag down at the 5. I'm not sure what that's for, but we'll let the referees sort it out.
That man defender got there a little bit early. The referee's flag was already thrown. If they don't call this defensive pass interference for the first one, most definitely he's going to change it for the second one. This should go in favor of Ezell Harding Eagles.
Defensive holding is going to be a 10-yard penalty, and well, actually half the distance to the goal. It'll be first and goal if it's a 10-yarder, and it probably is. Holding on the defense. The Ezell, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, but it will be first and 10. Eagles at the 11. First and 5. Well, I tell you, you can tell I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah, Jason, that fly ball went straight to the center there. And
sure did. The give and the cut inside. He's into the end zone. That is Dorian Banks for an Ezell Harding touchdown.
What a great run there. Dorian Banks gives the ball off tackle, and as soon as he makes his move, cuts it back inside up the middle of the field, no one there, and he cruises right into the end zone. Great blocking up front. Great run scheme there called by the coaches, and Dorian Banks is going to reap the rewards of that play calling there. Great touchdown.
Great run by the Eagles. Zachary McLean on for the point after attempt. Matt Gannip on the hold. The snap is high, the hold, and it is blocked. The Eagles pick it up, and it is after it's blocked. It is called dead. So the rush came through, just able to get a hand on it were the Vikings and blocked the point after try. But the Eagles get 6, and they're down 3 touchdowns, 30-9. We'll be back right after this. Ezell Harding gets on the board again. 6-point touchdown run by Dorian Banks. The point after attempt was blocked, so the Eagles are down 30-9. A nice kickoff by McLean, fielded at the 15-yard line, taken up the middle and met at the 26-yard line. A nice tackle by the Eagles.
And the ball hits the ground.
Loose, and it looks like the Eagles may have it. We got flags again. I'm not sure they saw the fumble, and Coach Hall is out there throwing bodies around.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get a little chippy out here. Coach Hall has his boys fired up. These Eagles are ready to make a play. That time strips the ball as the ball carrier is going down. Ezell Harding jumps on it. Daniel Williams again getting his nose in there, making a big play, Jason.
I think the question is, was the ball fumbled? There is definitely a personal foul. It is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. So Fade Academy gets the ball. What would have been not good field position, the Eagles unsportsmanlike puts it outside the 40 at the 42, where the Vikings will set up 1st and 10.
A lot of chippiness down there, Jason. This one may have been another call on the second retaliation. Looks like that the Eagles were called after they retaliated. Already getting some pinching and shoving and hitting down in the piles.
He's crossed midfield. There are flags all over the place. That's going to be a hold. That ball's coming back. He's blowing that one right there. He wants to make that a quick call. It's going to be probably holding on the Vikings. Holding, it is indeed. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
good to see some of that gain loss, make them play out of their own side a little bit and see if they can recover from these 1st and 20s that Ezel Harding's had to deal with tonight.
I tell you, it's a no-brainer when you see just about every flag on the field thrown at the same spot.
That's exactly right.
They don't all miss it.
And honestly, I don't know that he needed to hold. He had a great hole on that right side, but with the infraction comes a benefit for Ezel Harding. Let's see if they can capitalize here, maybe turn the ball over or force them to a 3-and-out after that penalty.
1st and 20, ball at the 32, backs in the eye. Nice stop there by, I'm not sure exactly who it is. Sure I do. You know who it is.
Daniel Williams, every single time.
I tell you what, Thompson is just a beast. And he just held his defender there waiting for the back. He was not fooled on the reverse, and he just stuck him for a loss of 2, 2nd down and 22. Daniel Thompson has had a fantastic season on the year. Second and 22. But, John, you're never safe with the speed of the Vikings. The 2nd 22 is a long way to go, but they get there quick. And it is a ball fake. The pass down the field, and it is off the helmet of the Eagle defender, and it's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 22. Down there was Rodney Garnett. Nice defensive stop there by Rodney, he was step on step with him, and it just hit him in the helmet and bounced off for an incomplete pass.
Sure did. Good sign here. Number 21, Blake Smotherman, back into the game. Good to see him back off the sideline. Apparently feeling well enough to get back in there. Don't know if it was a shoulder injury or collarbone, but they've got him taken care of. And that'll bring up a timeout from Fayette Academy.
That's their final timeout of the half. And, John, it's going to be interesting to see if, with Smotherman coming back into the game, if he's well enough to play quarterback or if they like what they saw out of Caldwell because they scored with Caldwell under center.
Might be a nice adjustment, give them another option in the running back with Blake Smotherman. He runs the ball well. He can catch the ball. Maybe a good option that they go with in the second half for sure.
Eagles with a little bit of momentum scoring offensively. If they can get a defensive stop here, John, if you score, you're 2 touchdowns down, and you have found a way to stop the Vikings, which we've not been able to do, though.
Got to build confidence. Everything they do right on defense right now builds confidence for the rest of this game. Once again, I say it a lot, but we need to call on the senior leadership to pick these boys up. Let them know that they can do it. They are big enough. They are tough enough. And if we can get some momentum going, confidence is going to carry us to the 4th quarter.
The Eagle crowd trying to get into it here a little bit. I tell you, I've been very impressed with the crowd tonight. Particularly, I would just say, John, Fayette Academy brought a lot of people from Summerville, Tennessee tonight.
Really did. A lot of red and black, a lot of that cardinal red instead of this crimson red. They traveled well tonight.
Busted outside, and he crosses the 40, out of bounds at the 42, 43-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by about 8 or 9 yards. So Ezel basically playing contained there, not letting him get outside too much. So it's going to be 4th and 9, and Fayette, for the first time tonight, John, we're going to see him punt.
Absolutely. You never know what the coach is going to do here. You'd think they want to get rid of it, but this coach has shown that he's not scared. You may see a fake punt here, even though we've got 44 Dorian Banks deep to receive this kick.
Be good to see him get a chance to return this. The punt is on the way. Banks will let it hit and roll, and it will take a Viking bounce inside the 20 and down at about the 15-yard line, where the Eagles will have the ball. 6:53 left to go in the first half. We'll be back right after this. We're back to live action. The Eagles with the ball, 1st and 10. We're debating up here whether it's the 15 or the 16. Either way, it's 10 yards for a first down. Smotherman is back in at QB, and he's going to bust it outside and just throw it out of bounds.
Good play by Smotherman. He had nothing going. He knew he wouldn't be flag. Oh, and there is a flag. Maybe it's a late hit.
It's going to be intentional grounding.
Grounding on him. Initial call on the play is grounding. Not sure if the official's going to stick with that call. He looked to be outside the tackles box. I know in college football that is not grounding, but it looked like that play will hold, which includes a loss of down.
Coach Hall is now, again, another question was, did the ball go out of bounds? Did the ball ever get back to the original line of scrimmage? And if it didn't, then it is intentional grounding. It'd be second and 15. The intentional grounding is 5-yard penalty and a loss of down, so the Eagles will have it second and 15, ball at the 11 or 10, depending on who you ask up here. The give up the middle, and he's going to carry some defenders. I believe that's Williams. Across the 20 to the 22, and we've got an Eagle down.
Daniel Williams on the carry.
24, Brian Allison injured on the play. But he's up now and doesn't seem to be fazed by it.
Big pickup there on second down and long, and the Eagles have it 3rd and 3, which is manageable. And I tell you, John, they were really liking the quick hits up the middle now.
Really are. When you've got Smotherman in there to spread the play out, they tend to key in on him, and that quick handoff up the middle really does break out for some yards.
Smotherman, the give again to Williams, and he is across for first down.
He's got some room to go.
To the 40. He is out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. John, I think they may have found something.
I think they have. Ball on the 47-yard line. They had a quick hitter to him once again. Not much of a passing game from the Eagles tonight. That time hits the fullback over the left guard, and he does make a big gain there.
Nice run there by Williams, who he just has some speed. He's not as fast as Banks, but he's very quick. He reminds me of who's the guy who used to play for the Detroit Lions? Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Yes, he's got some quickness to him. Smotherman under center, backs in the eye again. The give is to Banks, who tries to get outside. He sees a hold. There's going to be a hold on Thompson. So the ball's going to come back 10 yards. It'll be first down and 20.
Looked like a good block there at the end, but he did have his hands up under his shoulder pads. Referee right there to make that call. Would have been a good gain had he not made the holding, but the Eagles will lose 10 yards on that play.
I tell you, they're going to need to wash those yellow flags when they get home tonight, John. They have really been throwing them out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Moves the ball back to the Ezell Harding.
So Ezell Harding has the ball second and 22. Smotherman under center. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage, calling an audible here. Sees something he likes, and he drops back, and he might be dropped for a loss, and indeed he is. John's just not able to get outside. It's a nice tackle there by the Vikings. 3rd and 31, John. Not many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 31.
No, I think I'd give the ball up the middle. Daniel Williams is running the ball so well tonight. They will expect probably a pass or a rollout, and I think that quick hitter may pick up 15 to 20 yards, maybe have a chance of getting the first down. But more than anything right now, we need to reverse the field. We need to get the ball and play some field positioning right now and see if we can stop them again on defense. We've done it once. It'll build some confidence. I think we can go again.
See what Coach Hall dials up here. 3rd and 31 to the 26. Smotherman drops, and he throws it deep to Caldwell, and the ball is intercepted. It is picked off by the Vikings to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and he is out of bounds.
Miller on the interception there. That kid is fast. He had great coverage. Smotherman threw the ball up. He had single coverage outside, just couldn't get it over the back shoulder. And so the defensive back for the Vikings was able to make that pick there. Again, we've seen a lot out of him tonight, but that pickoff came from Miller of the Fayette Academy Vikings.
Miller's a fantastic athlete, and Caldwell was just not able. The ball was thrown inside, and Caldwell was just not able to get there quick enough to even. I mean, he wouldn't have had a chance to catch it. His only chance is just to bat it down. So the Vikings are in fantastic shape. First down, 10 on the 14 with 4:32 left to play. And Ezell Harding is going to take what looks to be their first timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be back right after this.
When we return to play.
4 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the first half. Fade Academy leading 30-9, and they have the ball 1st and 10 on 14. The give, and it's the keeper, and he is inside the 10, down about the 8-yard line, a pickup of about 6. He's kind of strung it out there, John. He had the ball what looked like in the gut of the running back, and he was just waiting to see what the defense was going to do.
Sure did. Kind of a reverse option. Instead of getting a pitch, he's going to try the handoff from behind. Not a bad-looking play, but a great stop by the Eagles. Stopped them for a gain of only 6.
2nd and 4. We're right at 4 minutes to play here in the first half. The Vikings are on the march and an opportunity to really score a big touchdown. It is the give, and he's going to bust it inside. Found the hole, and it's a Viking touchdown. Big touchdown, John. You've been able to hold him for a while out of the end zone. We were able to score and really do some things offensively, but the interception and return, just difficult to overcome.
Really is. He got a big return on that interception. Put him deep in our territory, and great defensive call there, but they've got some good athletes on the field. Great blocking up front. Miller was able to capitalize on it.
The snap for the point after is good. The kick is a knuckler, and it's through the uprights, which is all that matters. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to play. The Vikings from Fade Academy, 37. Your Ezel Harding Eagles, 9. We're back. It's 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to play. The Eagles have some work to do. Really need a score here before the half, John.
Deep to receive the kick is Smotherman, but once again, they pooch it up. Good fair catch called this time. Good to see some awareness on the recovery team. Fair catch called. Kept the men off of him. Daniel Thompson makes the play there.
Coach Hall brought the guys up just a little bit more to make sure the ball didn't fall in there. Good field position here, 37-yard line. Sorry, 38. Smotherman, who was injured, saw him down getting some type of pad taped onto his shoulder, some type of shoulder injury, but he is now back in, and he's under center. The give is to Williams, who is hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a couple. He's going to be backed down to the about 40-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2. Second and 12, ball at the 36. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. The Eagles needing to make something happen here before the half. Smotherman under center again, backs in the eye. The give is to Williams, who finds a hole, and he busts it across the 40 to about the 41-yard line to pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Another quick hitter this time. The give right up to the fullback, Williams. He has not gotten up yet. I think he may be a little shaken up on the play. Maybe cramps, or it could be just the way that they hit him. Slow to get up, and the ref does blow the whistle. We're going to have to see if we can get the medical staff out to see about him. Good play off the right tackle there, and busts it open for a quick gain. And he does get some of that ground back, a gain of about 5 yards there.
Does look to be a leg cramp. really thankful for our medical staff who are here day in and day out working with our kids. Any type of injury, any type of rehab, down there taping ankles, down there rubbing sore muscles and shoulders and just all kinds of things. And we just have a fantastic medical staff this year. We're very, very thankful for them. Williams is up, seems to be walking pretty well under his own power. It's good to see. So the Eagles will now have the ball 3rd and 7 at the 41. Be interesting to see, John, if they are able to pick up 4 or 5 yards. If they have 4th and short, what they decide to do.
You're going to see the Vikings pin their ears back come here. They're going to be going in. There's not a fullback that's had the big gains here. Look for all the running backs to come in. See if we can get a quick pass out here or a slant pattern, make a big gain. All of the Vikings inside the box. And a big stop there on number 21, Smotherman. He is cut down by the linebacker, number 12. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Smotherman, they've just not allowed him to get outside the pocket very much. Even when he tries to scramble, they're forcing him back inside. And if he can get outside, he's good, but they're just not letting him do it. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Vikings 37, Easel Harding 9. Colt Ellis back to punt. The punt is away. It hits at the 40, takes a high bounce. And a nice tackle by the Eagles across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
This play may not even go down, though. That flag was thrown as soon as we hiked the ball. It's going to be an illegal substitution or too many men on the field. Not sure what he's going to call there.
Let's see what the call is here. The Vikings may prefer to have the ball if they have the choice, and they do. They're placing it at the 43-yard line where they will have it with 1 minute 34 seconds left to go. Great field position, and they're quick hitters, John, and the Eagles really need to try and make a stand here going into the half. But like you said, they're going to pin their ears back and try and run that thing downhill. The give up the middle. He's got a hole, makes a cut, crosses the 45 down to the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The clock will stop while the chains reset. John, it just makes you wonder, and we'll talk a little bit more about this at halftime, makes you wonder how tough the West region is.
It really does. I know that they had losses to University School in Jackson, and their other loss came in Rossville, too. Makes you wonder how good those teams are.
Know that in baseball, football, and in basketball, it's always difficult to play the teams out of the West and the region playoffs. A lot of good athletics out there in the West. Daniel Thompson looked to make a sack. It's not there, and the quarterback is going to scramble. Tackles missed, crosses the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Is going to be pick up a 5. We are under 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Time is ticking. The Vikings are out of timeouts.
39-yard line for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
I think the clock's really on our side here, Jason. See if we can keep them out of field goal range, especially out of the end zone. I think one more score before the half is over. Give them a little bit more than we could chew off in the second half. We got a tough squad, though. They play well in the second half, and if we can keep them off the board here, I feel like we got a great shot of making some of this back in the second half.
They are looking to maybe run the clock out or maybe make one long pass. They're ball faking. The pass is complete to the 30, 25, and a hold, and it's going to come back.
They really helped us out there. When they do that, they lose some yardage, so a big gain on there is going to be cut back.
They're
But it
still
will
gonna
be
have
up
a
the
first
field.
down.
That's right. It'll be up the field, and so they're going to get at least part of that.
Call is holding against Fayette Academy.
See where they move the ball back to. It is a hold on the Vikings. It was well beyond the first down marker. They're going to bring it back to the 30-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. 9.6 seconds left to play to see if the Vikings are able to get one final play off here in the first half. Maybe just a lob into the end zone to see if one of their tall receivers can bring it in.
Yeah, see if Coach Hall here even rushes too many men. They may try to get the defensive line to rush, but I expect to see all of our men drop in coverage, try to get the ball knocked down, and that will end the half.
At the end of the first half, the Eagles find themselves in a very deep hole. They're down 4 touchdowns, 37-9. We're going to take a short break when we come back. Hopefully by then, the Viking band will have taken the field, and we hope you will enjoy the halftime performance by the Fayette Academy band. We'll be back.
Tonight, the Vikings will perform their 2012 marching show, Chess, The Art of Strategy. One of the world's most universal and sensational battles of the mind, the game of chess carries great emotion and drama. This production embodies the preparation, the attack, and the final sequence of moves to gain victory. Field Commander Nathan Polson, is your band ready? Fayette Academy, you may take the field for exhibition. Downs. Ball on, penalties.
It's 9-time LSU.
There's always that in that defense.
He's at Carolina.
It's never come up, but to the point of
All the money in Alabama got over
hey,
the
if
time.
one of those teams would help Alabama, this team can
If
So that's the difference.
Somebody said if Tennessee wins, the American beat Alabama. One lose, Tennessee will go. We'll figure out that way.
So now the joke I heard the difference between the SEC
You know,
That's my name.
I cannot wait.
Great job by the Fade Academy Band performing for us tonight. Fantastic work there by the Viking Band. Glad they made the trip. That's a long trip to make to perform, but a fantastic job there by the band. Want to talk a little bit about some of the other action going on tonight in Division 2A football. Knox-Webb has a bye this evening, so they will play the winner of Zion Christian who is on the road at Harding Academy. DCA is at home tonight against St. Benedict. At home, DCA 6-4, St. Benedict 4-5. USJ has the night off. They have a perfect 10-0 record. They will play the winner of DCA and St. Benedict. Evangelical Christian has a bye with a record of 4-6. They will play the winner of tonight's game between Fayette Academy and Ezel Harding. St. George's is in action tonight. They are at home against Davidson Academy. The winner of that game will play FRA, who gets the bye this evening. So there's the action going on across the state, all the way across the state, from Knoxville all the way down to Memphis. Football going on in Division II-A tonight. Ezel Harding trailing. 3 minutes left to go here in our halftime. Fayette Academy leading Ezel Harding 37-9. It has been, except for the first few minutes of the ball game, the Eagles were able to get a quick turnover and score on a field goal, go up 3-0, and after that it's pretty much been all Fayette Academy. And what you would normally think would be simply a ground attack for Fayette Academy, they are also doing it in the air as well, with a lot of play fake, passing the ball downfield, looking really good offensively and defensively. Fayette Academy stretching over here to my right. The Eagles have yet to come back out onto the field from halftime. We're going to take a quick break. We have 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in halftime. We'll be back right after this.
This year we have a lot of goals that we have set for all three schools at Ezel Harding. I think the first and primary goal is to revitalize a spirit and a culture of faith here. And this place has always been known for being a place where God is praised and the Bible is taught.
What I hope for this school year is that we build a loving and safe environment for the students. I think back to when I was a child and all the inspiring teachers that I had, and I really just want them to feel like they matter and that they can make a difference. So if I can provide that here at Ezel Harding, then that would be what I would hope for the school year, just for them to be successful and to have a really fun time in elementary school.
Spiritual goals in athletics, I think, are a unique aspect that we have as a Christian school. As I've said before, we don't just play to win. Wins and losses, they come and go. But a lot of the spiritual aspects that you're able to learn in terms of humility, in terms of working hard and taking care of your bodies and all the other elements. I think the coaches do a fantastic job here of approaching everything that they do with the Christian aspect in terms of praying for a game and giving glory to God when we win. And those types of aspects are things that I think are unique at a Christian school that we're able to really, really Both teams now back out on the field from half. We've reset the clock for 3 minutes. It now reads 1 minute 37 seconds left. Getting ready for second half action. Fayette Academy leading the Eagles 37-9 in a fantastic offensive and defensive half for the Vikings. To add to the damage, they did defer in the first half. They won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they will receive the ball to begin this second half.
As we come back to play tonight to begin the second half, Fayette Academy will receive the ball.
It's not been a half without some offensive spurts from the Eagles, just not nearly enough to really get enough momentum. And the Vikings from Fayette Academy really strike quick when they strike, and just very difficult with their quick backs. And the play action has hurt the Eagles as well, as they are really trying to focus on the run, and they've gotten some big hits in the air as well. And just a fantastic half by Fayette Academy. Coach Hall down there looks to be pumped up, ready to go. Mr. Sullivan ran down to the concession stand to pick us up a water because we're planning to talk about one of the biggest comebacks in Ezel Harding history.
This is going to be a big one, Jason. That's for sure. In 2.5 hours, if we're talking about the biggest comeback ever in Ezel Harding history, don't say we didn't tell you so.
Absolutely, and we'll give all the credit to this water. This Ezel Harding Christian School water we're drinking here. Natural spring water. It's a little bit deceiving. It was not a natural spring here at the school.
No, I think that water came from the meadows of Cane Ridge, Jason, if I'm not mistaken.
The meadows of Cane Ridge?
37013, I think, is the zip code for the
John,
meadows of Cane Ridge.
It actually says it came from Alexa Spring from Mount Ida, Arkansas, your neck of the woods.
That is my neck of the woods. Yeah, I used to live about 50 miles from there. The natural state, that's what they called Arkansas.
Good water there.
Good water.
Some of the best water in the country.
Mm-hmm. I would say so.
It's really, it's wet.
Refreshing, pure. About 2 hydrogens for every oxygen.
That's right. That's right. Is that what it is this year?
I think so, yeah. I think they're making it with 2 hydrogens this year for every oxygen.
That's fantastic. Well, if you want to buy some, phone number is area code 214-394-9684. Kickoff taken by the Vikings, cross the 35 out to the 37.
Number 40, Peyton Stone. 57-22. Stone is taken down by Ezel Harding's Cranston Gentry.
Cranston Gentry on the stop, the senior Eagle.
So as we start second half tonight, Vikings will have the ball first down from their own.
Ezel Harding on defense now. We see if we can make a big stop here. See if we can bring this to a little closer of a ball game, gain some momentum. I know that the Vikings are going to come out and score fast and try to get this thing out of reach. But I think a big stop from the D here may thwart those plans.
The give, no, the keeper. A great job by the Eagles for no gain to be 2nd and 10. And again, Johnny, the quarterback just puts it in the gut of the running back and just
seems like he rips it out himself, doesn't he?
He does. It's like a turnover. 2nd and 10. Nice stop there by the Eagles. You got to think, John, the coaches really probably had an emotional talk to the guys at halftime and said, look, you just see how big your heart is. Just go out there and you play hard and you just let whatever happens.
That's right. Athleticism means nothing in the second half. You got to dig deep. Just like that. Big stop by number 71, Justin Woodard right there. Run right up the middle, and defensive line makes the stop. Great play by our senior, number 71, Woodard.
Pickup of about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8, ball at the 39-yard line. Big stop here for the Eagles, John, right out of the gate in the second half, and a big opportunity for the Eagles to get the ball back. The Vikings come to the line. Eagles looking to make a big stop. Quarterback in shotgun formation out in the flat, and it is caught, but
He is lit
hit
up by Ryan
hard.
Caldwell, number 9. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, number 9, Ryan Caldwell. Number 5, sorry.
That was number 5, Rodney Garnett.
Rodney Garnett makes that stop. He's got the long sleeves on just like Caldwell. It's hard to tell him apart from up here.
We talked about that in Bible class today. I've got Rodney in Bible class, and we talked about how to read the pass in the flat.
Did you? Was that in C.S. Lewis Mere Christianity, Jason?
We could find it in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Fundamental Christian thought and the flat pass.
The Vikings to punt it away. The punt is on the way. It's low. It's going to take a Viking bounce. The Eagles pick it up at the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50.
Dorian Banks has
to the
some
40.
room.
He makes a move inside the 40, down at the 30-yard line. A great move by Dorian Banks. A great return, which puts the Eagles in business at the 30.
What a great play. Looked like he stepped out of bounds, but he was able to walk the tightrope there, stay in bounds, turn it upfield, and I think that's a mistake on the half of the Vikings there. A low-liner kick. The coverage was slow to get there, thinking that he was going to down it. He picks it up quickly, turns the corner, and he was gone.
Blake Smotherman back as quarterback. He's going to go under center to see if the Eagles decide to keep it on the ground or air it out. Smotherman, the give to Banks. He crosses the 30, actually gets to the 30. And, John, what was really impressive about that punt return was Banks did not get a good hop.
He didn't. No, he fielded that ball about at his shins there.
Almost like a shortstop, just fielded it smoothly. He didn't get the big hop like the Vikings got in the first half, and a fantastic job because that could have been disastrous.
Really did. He fielded the ball about like Mark Lemke and Jeff Blauser used to do for the Braves middle infield. Really good hands to see him pick that ball off the ground, turn it up the field.
Man, a Lemke Blauser reference. John.
I'm digging deep, Jason.
Wow. Smotherman, he pops it outside. He's going to get to the 30, and he looked like it may have been a face mask. The ball is on the ground.
They have not signaled dead ball. That ball was clearly on the ground. The referee has not blown it dead, and he will take it into the end zone, waiting for the signal.
John, there's a flag on the play, and I believe they're going to get a face mask. There's no way that ball was a fumble. There's no way that ball was a fumble.
Referee's going to take their time to talk this one over.
We're not going to put the points on the board because we don't believe they're going to stay there. Let's see what the call is. It is a touchdown, and that is a terrible call.
Coach Hall is still in the ear of the sideline judge. He is trying to get a change in that call, but the referee says that it was a fumble, which will become a touchdown for the Fayette Academy Vikings. Coach Hall is not at all pleased with this call, still letting the referee hear about it and his offense.
And, John, it didn't even really seem to be close to a fumble.
It wasn't. He was on the ground and even rolled over. The only thing I can imagine happened was he rolled over on top of the defense player and then dropped the ball, but I did not see that happening.
The kick is on the way, and it's no good. But nonetheless, an unfortunate break for the Eagles, a very unfortunate break. The Vikings pick up the ball after the runner was down, and they run it back for a touchdown, which in most leagues does not get you points, but tonight it does. And the Vikings go on top 43-9, 8:40. That's just a backbreaker, John.
It really is, Jason. We had some momentum going. Had a couple of good runs from Dorian Banks. Had a couple great runs from Williams. And then the turnover. The turnover that I think everybody in the stands cannot understand.
Just very unfortunate. You hate to see that because the kids have been fighting hard, and in a call like that, there's just no excuse for a call like that. But nonetheless, it happens, and the Eagles have gone from an extremely deep hole, and it's just gone further. 8 minutes, 42 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The Vikings kick it away. They kick it deep to Smotherman, who fills it. Miscommunication. The ball's on the ground. The Eagles fall on it at the 21-yard line.
Eagles fall and cover the kickoff at the Ezel Hardy 21.
A little bit of miscommunication there, Jason. Looked like Banks and Smotherman trying to receive that kick there. Smotherman in good position, but Banks didn't know where he was and could not get out of his way. So the ball hits the ground. We're fortunate to recover that. They had 2 men on the ball right before we got on it.
Yeah, very similar to the center fielder and right fielder coming together. The center fielder with priority, but if they don't see each other, they're gonna run in to one another. So Smotherman's going to be under center again. 1st and 10, ball at the 22. The pitch. Nice run there by Dorian Banks.
Which will bring up an O'Charlie's first down. Haven't had one of those in a while. Good to see a little bit of momentum. Dorian Banks runs across the 35-yard line. They're going to spot it about the 34, and it will be another O'Charlie's first down.
First and 10. Nice run there by Banks. Gives the Eagles a 1st and 10 to the 34. They really feel confident running the ball right now, John.
They do, Jason. They really do.
Banks and Williams both. And the pitch is to Banks, who cuts it inside, crosses the 35, and carries defenders out to the 37, 38-yard line. Finally, the whistle is blown.
Big, tough run there from Banks. Looks like he ran into a host of Vikings ready to bring him down. Couldn't do it for the longest time. Forward progression will get him to about the 38-yard line.
Pick up a 4. Good pick up on first down. Second and 6, ball at the 38. 7:32 left to play in the third quarter. Eagles have a big hill to climb. And the give is to Williams, who crosses the 40. Actually, they give him not even to the 40. They back it up to the 39. It's going to be pickup of 1. Be 3rd and 5.
Moves the ball to the Ezel Hardy 39-yard line. 3rd and 5 for the Eagles.
They've had some success running that scissor play, Jason. They've got the running back going one direction. They hand the fullback going the other way. I think the linebackers and defensive backs are keying in on that on the tailback. And as soon as they start moving direction to him, they hand it up just underneath to the fullback, and he's been able to get some running ground.
Smotherman drops, and he throws it deep downfield. The pass is incomplete, just past the outstretched arms of Ryan Caldwell. That'll bring up 4th down and 5, and the Eagles will be forced to punt just too deep in your own territory to give the ball back there to the Vikings. So Colt Ellis will drop back to punt for the Eagles.
Tough call there. I think Caldwell was looking for a pass interference call. I know Coach Hall was. A lot of jostling on that route there on the outside. One man-to-man coverage, single coverage. Looked like the Vikings defensive back was beat, but no flags hit the ground.
Colt with a nice punt that turns over. Fielded at the 25. And tackled at the 30. Didn't give up on it.
Great stop there. Number 24, Brian Allison making the stop there. It's good to see somebody stop Miller.
That's
like
right.
to see that guy gain no ground.
He is fast. 6 minutes, 32 seconds left to play. The Eagles still trailing 43-9.
Ball marked at the Viking 30-yard line.
You kind of felt the momentum going. Were able to stop them, get a punt, get the ball back, and move, and just get the life taken out of you again. That's tough to recover from, but I'm going to tell you, if the kids have heart, they're just going to keep digging in their heels and keep playing, keep fighting hard.
Building confidence,
Strung that one out. Nice job by the Eagles. Pickup of about 4.
That give there is to number 7, Blake Douglas, and he is pushed out of bounds by number 21, Blake Smotherman. Just met him at the line, rode him out of bounds. Great play there, and it's going to go for a short gain. And so the Eagles look like they could be in business here.
2nd and 6 from the 34. The give up the middle. And
Sullivan makes a
met.
man miss, and then he is dropped just at the line of scrimmage.
They may give him one, John, but he didn't get much.
Really didn't.
Second, it's going to be third, and they do give him one. But I tell you, he was met at the line of scrimmage, and a nice tackle there by the Eagles.
Sure was. Number 15, Elias Kane on the stop there.
They're going to call it 3rd and 4. Got a little bit more than we thought, but nonetheless, 3rd and 4 for the Vikings.
Do we see play action here, Jason?
I think they're just going to keep it on the ground, John. But they play action, and Daniel Thompson is there.
Oh, he sure
Fumble on
does.
the ground, and the Eagles may have it.
I think they do.
They
I think last effort they
Have
recovered
it. First down.
Wonderful.
For the Eagles.
Great blitz call right there. That play action, no one bought it. I think they may have heard me dial it in from up here.
They may have. Daniel Thompson comes off the end, which honestly, John, is exactly why if I were the Vikings, I would keep it on the ground with a
Sure
43-9 lead.
I was right, but you were better. I think that's safe to say at this point.
Yeah, well, I would have rather been right.
Yeah.
So the Eagles get a big turnover, and they're in scoring position. Ball at the 18-yard line.
This is what they needed. This is going to be a big confidence builder drive right here. See if Smotherman, Caldwell, and Williams can get the ball in the end zone.
The give is to Williams. He crosses into the he is really hit, upended at the 7, but he picks up enough for looks like maybe a first down. He is a strong runner,
Man,
John.
he is. He runs with those pads low. When he hits the hole, he hits it hard, and then when he meets that secondary, they're the ones usually giving. They have not knocked him backwards yet, Jason.
I mean, that was just a very, very powerful run, and it's those types of runs. It's kind of the Barry Sanders run where he just stays low to the ground, just keeps his feet churning, and a timeout. I tell you, Fayette Academy really, really likes to take their timeouts early. We're going to keep it here, and while we are here, I want to remind everyone that coming up very soon is basketball season. It got underway this week with practice, guys and girls both getting underway with practices. Within the next week or so, we'll be tipping it off for real. We'll have girls have a play day tomorrow at Cannon County. They'll be playing at 12, 2, 4, and 5. A lot of basketball action there for the girls. And then the guys, next Saturday, will be at Marshall County High School and be playing in a play day there as well. So come on out and enjoy some basketball this season. Got some exciting opportunities. The girls making it to the state tournament last year. Getting put out in the first round, but a very exciting win down at Harding Academy down in Memphis last year. And looking forward to great things from the girls. And the guys lost a lot of offensive power, but they bring some new kids in this year, and really excited about what is in store for Coach Farmer, Coach Wilkerson, and the boys basketball team. 1st and 7 for the Eagles. The give is to Banks, and he cuts it outside, and he is into the end zone.
Score. What a great call there. Great play call. The give from Smotherman goes to Banks. He runs around the end, makes a man miss, and he is in the end zone.
Big move there. It was just speed. That's all you can say.
That's right. Had a great move. He's had a great second half. He and Williams both have had a great second half. It doesn't really make the situation look a whole lot better, but Jason, it's some confidence building, and if we can build off of this, hey, we may be back in business.
It's what we were talking about, John. You're down in a deep hole like this where a lot of teams would just simply give up. But you guys have a lot of heart when they just keep digging in their heels and they keep playing. The snap is high. The kick is on the way, and it is good. A nice job there by Matthew Gnip to take the high snap and get it down for Zachary McLean for the point after. So the Eagles score, but they still trail 43-16. 5:02 left to go in the third. We'll be back. We're back. The Eagles still trailing 43-16, but they just put it into the end zone with a Dorian Banks touchdown run from 7 yards out. Nice run there by Banks. McLean now to kick it away for the Eagles. The two receivers standing at the 20-yard line. The Eagles kick it, chip it, and
he's got it. What a great
nice
recovery.
job there by the Eagles. There's a flag on the play, and I'm not sure what the flag is for. And if this goes against the Eagles, I didn't see anything wrong there, John.
I'm not sure what happened. They can't call off sides. I saw the kick. He was on sides when the kick happened.
He wouldn't call off sides there anyway.
Yeah, Coach Hall's optimistic here. He sent his offense out on the field. He's trying to sway the official's decision there. Don't know if this is a tactical move or if it's just him saying this is the way it's going to be.
He might go through the roof if this goes against the Eagles, and I think rightfully so. The Eagles do have it. I'm not even sure why you would throw the flag, John.
I have no idea. I think that guy's just a little flag happy tonight.
I mean, the ball went 8, and the ball has to go 10 yards, but that ball went 18 yards. There was no fair catch call. The Eagles catch it, and they're in business again, John, at the 42-yard line. John, I've been watching them work on that kick in practice. The little chip shot about 15 to 20 yards, and sending Dorian Banks and Williams down there to catch it, since they're so blazing fast.
Great little play call there, a little trickery. Here's a little more trickery. First play call is not a run, it's a pass, and he is incomplete.
But there's
Good pass out
another
to the
flag
left.
on the play.
This one may be roughing the passer.
There's two flags on the play. There's one down for pass interference and a roughing the passer. Let's see what the other one is. I don't believe it's offensive pass interference.
We have 2 flags on the play.
Smotherman got hit, knocked down again on that play, but he is up. That's a good sign to see. Both flags on the play. It looks like both of them are going to go in favor of Ezel Harding. The first one call was roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer on the Vikings. It's going to give Ezel Harding a first down. And, John, I've been wondering the whole time. We've got Rayshon Perry and Ryan Caldwell, both with fantastic speed. And the defensive backs are playing so close that just if they can get off the line and get past them, the opportunity's there for a big hit.
Sure did. That was a big fade pass. Had single coverage, man-to-man coverage. Had a great pass out to him from Smotherman, and paid off for us.
So the roughing the passer penalty does give the Eagles a first down, ball at the 27-yard line.
He's saying offensive interference.
After that roughing the passer call, looks like we're going to have another call from the official. They're moving the ball backwards. Roughing the passer stays, but then they call offensive pass interference.
That is another bad call, John. I'm sorry. There's no way that's pass interference. It was simply a ball thrown over his shoulder. So another unfortunate call, and I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. We're across the field, granted, but we've got a pretty good angle. Did not see any offensive pass interference on that one.
So Banks gets outside, out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
And
it's going to be second and about 3.
You think if he had another foot or two on the outside, he would have turned that one up the field and been gone. He just ran out of real estate to his right side. Another tough run by Banks there. I'll tell you this, Jason, the Eagles have come out with a little more fire than the Vikings have in the second half.
Well, and I think some of these calls that have gone against him have really kind of fired them up to say, you know what, we're just going to keep playing hard, and whatever happens, happens, but we are not going to quit playing.
That's right. Playing for dignity, playing for pride right now. I think it looks good for him.
Smotherman goes back under center, backs in the eye, 2nd and 3. He drops, and he's going to get dropped back at the 43-yard line. Just really no opportunity to get rid of it. The defense was coming too quickly, and he's dropped back at the 42 and a half. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
That's going to bring up a long third down. We've passed the ball twice on this drive, so you'd have to expect they know that that's a threat there at this point. And they have blown the ball dead, and now we're back live.
So we've got 3rd and 10 at the ball at the 43. Let's see what Coach Hall dials up here.
Look for a little give again to number 34, Williams, up the middle, the fullback. They're expecting a big play. They're expecting a scramble. Play
Ball
action
fake.
to him.
There's just nothing there, and he drops him way back at the 42-yard line. They were going to try and throw a screen, John, and it was just well defended, and there was nowhere else for him to go.
That's right. That defensive line sniffed that play out as soon as the running back skipped out into the flats. One man went with him, and one man stayed with the quarterback. And Smotherman smart not to throw the ball there, but had he thrown it, could have been picked off. Instead, takes the sack, and will be forced to punt.
So Colt Ellis back to punt for the Eagles. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Good snap. Ellis gets the punt away. It's high, not long. Takes an Ezel Harding bounce inside the 30 and downed at the 22-yard line.
Ball is down. Ezel Harding's 34, Daniel Williams at the Viking 22-yard line.
The Vikings will take over 1st and 10 there at the 23. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left to play.
3 minutes, 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
My guess is, John, they're going to keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah, I
with
feel
this
like
lead.
they will. After that big turnover, quarterback may not be feeling great. I think they're going to try to grind this out to get to the fourth quarter. Number 3, Miller on the carry, and he is stopped just maybe with a 1 or 2 yard gain there.
Nice stop there by the Eagles. The guy's fast, and they were able to get into the backfield and slow his momentum.
You know, Jason, he's speedy, linear. When he breaks away, he's got some speed, but he is not really the best back we've seen this season trying to break tackles, shiftiness and slipperiness, as they call it, in between the tackles. Smotherman, Williams, both much better at getting through the lines than Miller is, but that breakaway speed, it's hard to match that.
Absolutely. So it's a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Ball at the 25-yard line. Again, shotgun formation twice in a row here for the Vikings. Let's see what they dial up. It is the give. And he does have some room this time. He's going to be out close to the first down marker.
Miller on the carry, forced out of bounds by Ezel's Brian Allison.
The stop by Allison for the Eagles. The ball is going to be spotted just short of the first down, about half a yard short.
Brings up a big fourth down right here. Third down, Jason.
3rd and 1 for the Vikings. See if the Eagles can get some penetration on the line there and see if they can't get back and get a stop for a loss here. The Eagles make contact on the offensive line. It's going to be encroachment.
Looks like 34 Ellis got his helmet in there. Blew the whistle and the play dead.
And that happens when you have 3rd and short. You're trying to catch the snap right at it so you can get in there quickly. And he did make contact, which doesn't give him the opportunity to get back. Once you make contact, the play's blown dead. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Well, he probably didn't. That guy that's over there on that sideline that keeps throwing these flags wouldn't know what contact it was.
Shotgun formation again for the Vikings, and they moved. I was wondering when that flag was coming, but the Vikings backfield moved. They're going to – I'm not sure why they didn't blow it dead. But it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Move them back to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Want to thank Chris Murray and tonight for his good work as our producer, as well as Vanessa Alvarez and her fantastic work. She has just been unbelievable this year on the camera, and she's done a great job again tonight.
Penalty was declined. Result of the play will bring up 2nd and 8.
The penalty was declined by the Eagles. It was a pickup of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Coach Hall is trying to reduce the number of plays, try and get the ball back. And it is a fake. The pass down the field is incomplete. He was over the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down.
Good coverage there again by your boy, number 85, Daniel Thompson. He was running stride for stride with the receiver. The ball came in. He got his big right hand up there and knocked it out of the ground, knocked it out of the air, and big play for Ezel Harding.
Tell you, that's a tough play for a guy the size of Daniel Thompson to be covering the wideout that far downfield. It's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Vikings. Nice defense there by the Eagles. Quarterback just crossed the line of scrimmage before he released the ball. Be 3rd down 14 for the Vikings. Shotgun formation. Thompson coming along the end, and it is incomplete. Thompson.
Man, he came unblocked right as the quarterback was releasing that ball.
Hard.
He really did hit him hard. Number 85 is a big, big fella, isn't he?
He is a beast. And, again, sophomore, you're looking forward to the future with that guy. He is really, really good coming off the end. Unfortunately, however, quarterback for the Vikings is down. He took a big hit, as we saw, and he is down on the field. So while he is down on the field, hopefully he's okay. We're going to take a break while he is down, and we'll be back right after this. Way are the Vikings. Back to receive is Dorian Banks. See if we can give Dorian another opportunity to return a kick here. He will not have a chance to return it.
No return. The ball is down at the Ezel Harding 33-yard line. Minute 31 seconds left to play.
The Eagles have it. 1:31 left to play in the third quarter, trailing 43-16. 1st and 10, ball at the 33. We'll be joined between the third and fourth quarter by Demaria Vaughn, who's been working on a story for us in our broadcast journalism class. Eviana Goodner with the story between first and second quarter. These folks, I'm telling you, John, have just done a fantastic job all year long.
Jason, I've seen a lot of progression from them, too. From the first few games we started to what they've been doing since then. I think they've learned a lot. Their skills have definitely improved, and kudos to them. Great work teaching them as well.
It's just all teaching. It really is all teaching, and it's very little of those guys, and it's just all of me.
Yeah.
She's not smiling.
She's not even smiling at you.
There we go. Blake Smotherman on the carry. Loses 2 or 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 13. Ball at the 30. 1 minute, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Backs in the eye. Smotherman under center. The give is to Williams, who stiff arms, and he's going to reverse field. They're going to look for some blockers here. And John, he's going to
got
have
some
some room.
room.
And
He
he's
sure
going
does.
to the 40, the 50. He's out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A nice run by Daniel Williams.
It's going to be a big O'Charlie's first down for the Ezel Harding Eagles. Great run by 34 Williams. He probably ran a total of 80, 90 yards in that play. After he reversed the field, had a lot of green space to run, good blocking on the backside. He made the most of it.
I tell you that it turns almost into a punt return. They just make the wall over on the side
really
there, and
does.
he just ran it down the side. Beautiful job there by Williams. 1st and 10, 24 seconds left in the third quarter. The give is to Banks. He crosses the 45 down to the 43. That's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Your score, Fayette Academy 43, Ezel Harding 16. And while we're at a break here, we're going to bring in Demaria Vaughn. Actually, they're not going to get another play off. We'll bring in Demaria here, who's been working on a story for us. Demaria, I'm going to let you take it away.
Assistant coach Reggie Grimes loved football since he was a child. His dream came true when he played at the University of Alabama and for the NFL. In Alabama, the positions he played were running back and defensive line. Coach Grimes said his experience there was great and one of a kind. When he came out of college, he played for the New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears, and Atlanta Falcons. The positions he played in all those teams was defensive line. Coach Grimes said the family atmosphere made him want to work at Ezel Harding. What made him want to be a football coach is because he loves to help young people who has interest in football.
Des Moines, that's a great story. We're glad to have Coach Grimes, who came on board sometime this year as our director of admissions, and his daughter Maya is a freshman basketball player, and to have two coaches the caliber of Coach Hall and Coach Grimes on the football team this year, both of them playing at Alabama, and then as you speak of Coach Grimes' experience in the NFL, just a really good opportunity to have the guys learn from some folks with some great experience. So, Demaria, good job on your story. The Eagles, to start the fourth quarter, trailing 43-16. They have the ball 2nd down and 7 on the 43. Dorian Banks, the lone back. The pitch is to Banks, who cuts it in. He crosses the 40 to the 30 to the 25 to the 20, out of bounds at the 15. Takes a big hit and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A great job by Dorian Banks. Fantastic run through the middle, and then he busted outside. And I'm just going to tell you, John, it's just extremely exciting to think about the future of this football team.
It really is. Banks got torn loose on that one, made a great play to the left side, got the edge, and it was some of this young talent, Williams and Banks and Thompson and these guys. I think it's Casey Perkins, the 8th grader, that's gotten some playing time. Really exciting to see what could happen in the next several years at Ezel Harding.
Banks there had another opportunity to kind of break it outside and ran into his own guy. I'm not sure who that was, but slowed him down a little bit. Just sometimes he's too fast for his own teammates.
It really is. Jason, something we don't mention also a whole lot, but still on the sideline, number 77, Big Jordan Whitaker. Hadn't had any playing time this year. Will be eligible to play academically next year. He's going to be a big hoss to have on the offensive line, too.
Absolutely. Transfer from Montgomery Bell Academy. Glad to have him here at our school. He's a great kid. I mean, I tell you, you walk down the hall and the kid always has a smile on his face.
Sure does. I know he's a big encourager, but it'll be great to get him suited up in pads starting next season.
Absolutely. Looked like a bad handoff there, but he finds a little bit of a hole and busts it inside the 15 down to the 13 to pick up of 1. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looked like some miscommunication there.
It did. Ran into the quarterback. Looks like he was expecting to go left. I think the blocking scheme was to the left, but quarterback expected him to go right. They got it worked out, but may have been a little too late.
3rd and 8, ball at the 13. Timeout Fayette Academy. They're going to use them all. They're not going to go back to Somerville.
You know,
without
they sure don't
timeouts in their
save
pocket.
much. Love to know what their budget is at the end of the year. Spend, spend, spend.
Must have seen something they didn't like. It's 3rd and 8. Ezel Harding with the ball at the 13-yard line. Needing a score, John, and really, you don't need 3. You can't get back into this ball game with 3s.
I don't think 3 is even in the mindset of Coach Hall right now. I think Coach Hall is thinking touchdown or nothing, and he's thinking touchdown. Nothing's even in the playbook. I feel like we're going to see a big score here. If we get it down to 4th and really anything, I think he's going to go for it.
Big play here for the Eagles. Let's see what Coach Hall dials up. 3rd and 8, ball at the 13. You really have 2 plays to make it. Let's see what he's going to decide. Smotherman drops it, and he has to fall on it at the 15, almost at the 16-yard line. He's going to lose 2 or 3. But again, you got to go. You got to go for it.
That's right. He pulled out just as quickly as he could, but the ball wasn't there. A little miscommunication from the center. May have been a wet ball. Could have just been a little delay on the snap, but his center, 71, Justin Woodard, didn't get the ball to him that time. Hopefully it'll be a little better this time.
Yeah, you got to think Smotherman's also playing with a big cast on his left hand, which is difficult as well. The give up the middle, he falls forward, and he's going to be short of the first down. He gets down to the 7-yard line. He picks up 6, but he's going to be 2 yards short, and the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
Not a bad run there. It looks like, I think, without the fumbled snap, if we had run that on 3rd down, I feel like we probably could have been close, at least gotten a little better chance of getting to it. We do have an injured player on the field. Don't know if that's 34 Williams still down or one of the offensive linemen. Coach Hall quick on the scene.
Looks like another.
Looks like 34 Williams on the field.
I tell you, John, our trainer is rushing got onto the field, and I really think she's been working on, I don't remember who it was that was hurt in the first half, but
Smotherman has received some attention tonight. I know that Rashawn Perry has been receiving some attention tonight, Dorian a little bit as well. I think several of the guys have had cramp issues. Of course, Blake Smotherman with the big injury in the first. Good to see him back playing again in the second half.
Able to walk off the field under his own power. That's good to see. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. 10 minutes, 5 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Rashawn Perry getting stretched over here on the sideline as well. A lot of cramps going on. We've had a number of injuries tonight.
It is. It's a cold night, Jason. I think that's a part of it. These guys have been training hard for this game, and you hate to see so many of these injuries happen.
The give up the middle, crosses, actually doesn't cross the 10, gets to about the 9-yard line, pick up about 2.
Handoff up the middle to number 7, Blake Douglas.
9 minutes, 45 seconds left to play. They're going to give him 3, 2nd and 7.
The clock's not our friend here, Jason. I think they're going to try to make this drive take as long as possible, and more than likely they're happy just punting it away after they bleed as much clock as possible. Of course, they don't have their timeouts to stop the clock. Those were gone, I think, with the opening whistle of the quarter.
And indeed,
right on cue, they're gone.
Fayette Academy will not go back to Summerville, Tennessee with any timeouts. They've spent them all. So 9 minutes, 28 seconds left here in the final quarter. Ezel Harding has had a mountain to climb just about the entire game, John. And it's even more difficult without a fantastic passing attack. You've got to get it all on the ground, which is even more difficult to do.
Really is. Some good signs, though. The stands are still full. Everybody seems to be having a good time. Really good to see the Eagle fans, Eagle Association, different organizations in town out supporting our local school. It is a great night in Antioch, Tennessee, and we appreciate all of our fans who've come out to support. And, of course, that's going to be a long drive here for our friends from Summerville. They may be vacationing in Antioch for the night. I hear that the Super 8 Motel has fantastic facilities that they could stay in.
A number of them. I was hearing a number of them talk before that they do plan to spend the night. And ball's on the ground. The Eagles get it.
And just like that, the ball is returned. Number 71, Justin Woodard on the ball. And Big Senior makes a play for Coach Hall's defense. Great play there.
Another opportunity for the Eagles. They've got to punch it in the end zone, John. Got to get some touchdowns on the board. You know, if you think about it right now, we're down, what is it? My math's not great, but 27 points, really, you know, for 4 touchdowns in essence. If you think about the fact that the Eagles were driving a while ago toward what would have been a touchdown, and instead Fayette Academy. So it's a 14-point swing which really would have put you right in the ball game.
It really would have, and we've gotten the ball a couple times deep in their territory, just unable to convert to the touchdown. See if this time is a little different.
Smotherman the give.
Banks is number 44 on the carry, but he is met at the line of scrimmage by the entire defensive line, seemingly.
He got his momentum stopped pretty quick, and he picks up what looks to be about maybe 2 or 3 yards. It looks like they're going to give him almost 3. Just under 9 minutes left. Eagles trying to punch it in the end zone. Down 27. A little bit of confusion. Perry goes wide out. The give is to Williams, who was not able to turn it. He wanted to turn it up, just wasn't able to, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
The clock continues to run, just under 8.5 minutes in the game left to play. 3rd and 7 up. Ball's on the 8-yard line. This seems to be a time to score, Jason. Once again, we mentioned it earlier, but I do not think a field goal is in Coach Hall's playbook at this point. I think he wants a touchdown, or he's gonna make sure he tries for it.
Some more confusion, looks like, for the Eagles. They get it set. Smotherman under center. Banks the back. The fake is to Banks. The ball to the end zone. Caldwell just off his hand. It's going to be 4th and 7. Dials up the passing play there, John.
He did. Set up in a real big set. Had all his tight ends in. Looked like it was going to be a running play. The play action comes in. Pass to the back of the end zone. But it's broken up. Will bring up a 4th down.
4th and 7. Another opportunity for the Eagles in the red zone to punch it in. Allison brings the play in to Smotherman. The 2 seniors there working together. Caldwell heads toward the sideline. Two wideouts right. Backs in the eye, Smotherman under center. The pitch to Banks, who breaks it around the edge. Gets down to the 5-yard line, and he's going to be short.
You know, you look for the bright side in any play, but that was great blocking up front from number 34, Williams.
Absolutely.
He stopped the first man, then made a play on the second one. Just ran out of real estate again. We ran to the long side, but just didn't have quite enough to make the corner. But another great blocking play, great blocking scheme from Williams. Banks on a great carry there as well.
Ball goes over on downs to Fade Academy. Backed up deep into their own territory at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock now at 7 minutes, 46 seconds left to play. The give. Across the 5, out to about the 7, maybe the 8. It's going to be a pickup of, 2 or 3.
You know, Jason, here in the second half, we haven't had a big play broken up against us. Defense has really stopped the run well. Miller hasn't run as much. Sullivan hasn't run as much. Douglas hasn't run as much. I think we've had a better defensive scheme for this Viking offense since the first half.
I mean, John, I just keep looking at the score and think it's just not indicative of the way this ball game's gone. I mean, Fade Academy got 2 really big hits early on in the first half, and we just talked about the 14-point swing a while ago, and the Eagles they're right in this ball game if it weren't for a couple of really big hits that they just weren't able to recover from. Breaks the tackle. Across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. Be a 1st down for Fade Academy. We're now under 7 minutes left to play. The clock will stop while the chain's set.
Just as I call his name, big run there by number 3, Miller, but he doesn't break one loose. He just gets in the secondary, had a man in position to make the stop and couldn't do it. And so he breaks through the secondary, and we do bring him down. Moderate gain for him, but, there again, we haven't had a big one break loose. So
I tell you, though, had he broken that one loose, I was going to have to pull your mic.
I know. I'd get fired from this job. Stick to teaching Bible.
Six minutes, 30 seconds to play. First and 10 for the Vikings. The give up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He's actually hit behind the line of scrimmage. He falls forward to about the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 2.
This give goes to number 7, Douglas, their other back. Had a good night tonight as well. I think he's on the board for a touchdown, but this time just a small gain. Defensive package that Coach seems to be working with seems to be working here in the second half.
Backs in the eye, 2nd and 8, ball at the 25. The give, met behind the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped for a loss of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9. A nice stop there defensively by the Eagles. Clock still runs. We're under 5.5.
One on the play brings up 39. Clock approaching 5 minutes left to play in the game tonight.
Sure to keep the ball on the ground here, John.
Yeah, if they put the ball in the air here, I will be shocked. I think I will wear a gorilla suit to school on Tuesday if they put the ball in the air here.
Please,
that's how certain
please
I am that
pass
they
the
will
ball.
run
Please
the ball.
pass the ball.
And
he did. That's a pass. He passed it back.
Backwards
to the
pass.
guy.
There is a flag on the ground. It's going to be holding. This one's going to come back. Fayette Academy fans are excited, but this one will be coming back. Referee makes the call of holding right at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback number 11 is upset about the call, but it was a good call. He was right on the spot.
Holding on the Vikings. That's going to move them back. It'll still be 3rd down, but it negates the long touchdown run in your gorilla suit wearing. I mean, that was a pass. He threw it to him, John.
But it doesn't count if you hold, so it wasn't technically a legal pass.
I mean, he did he hand it off to him is my question.
He did not hand it off to him.
Okay.
That is a great
So do
point.
you own a gorilla suit?
I think I might have something in the closet. I'll have to see.
I bet you do.
I'll have to see. It will either be a gorilla suit or something else. That's exactly right. It's easy to make big promises when you include or something else. This week, several of our students were promised puppies if they show up to help us at our in-service on Monday. Puppies or something else. And so we're going to hold true on that promise and make sure that they get puppies or something else.
Or something else. Looking forward to in-service next week, John. We've got about 600 Christian school educators coming to campus. It's going to be kind of a big deal.
It's going to be a good deal. We've got speaker coming in from out of the state, 600 on staff, 600 faculty members on campus coming, and a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz surrounding this day.
Got another player down for the Eagles. I'm not sure who that is. That's hard to see. Possibly another cramp. Just helping him up off the field. Looks like that's Cranston Gentry. Cranston's not going to stay down long. He's just going to say, look, I'm good. Help me up. His leg could be twisted the other way, and he said, if you'll just help me up, I think I'll be okay.
He's a real tough guy. He's built tough as nails.
The guy last year, John, I don't know if you heard the story. Last year, Cranston bit plumb through his tongue. I mean, all the way through his tongue. It's one of the nastiest things you've ever seen, but the kid is simply tough as nails. I mean, and his brother Weston Gentry, who goes to Harding University, the same way. I mean, the Gentrys have 4 boys, and they are all just kids that you love. They're good kids, they're hardworking kids, and just good, godly kids. We have one of the younger Gentry boys leading prayer for us tonight.
Bryson, an 8th grader, led prayer for us. That's Cranston's younger brother. And then Kenton, of course, is the youngest.
And, of course, their mother, Kim Gentry, works here as head of the Eagle Association. Does a number of things here. And, again, you can see where the boys get their work ethic because Kim Gentry is just an extremely hard worker here on campus.
And their stature, too, Jason. Not a bunch of tall guys.
That's right. Stay low to the ground. Fourth and 12 for the Vikings. They will punt it away Dorian Banks back to receive the punt. Would really love to see him get an opportunity to return this one. The snap is good. The punt is on the way, nearly blocked. Banks will receive the punt at the 48. He's going to return. He's going to reverse field, and he's just going to run it out of bounds at the 51-yard line.
Right about the 51.5. That's right, Jason.
I'm just trying to get Johnny Mitchell to say 51 over the air.
He ran out of bounds at the 50 minus one of those little tick marks.
That's right.
It's like reading a tape measure. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Ezel Harding will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
He didn't come straight out. Ryan took that step back.
John, one of the things you really don't think about is being the playoff game. You lose this game and you're done. So you've got the seniors really kind of giving it their all here as they are playing what's going to be the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds of their high school careers of football.
That's exactly right. They've had a great 4 years. They've played hard this season especially. This ball from Smotherman thrown out to number 9 Caldwell. Pass is knocked down, which will bring up 2nd down.
Stevens on the coverage for Fayette Academy.
Second and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the 48. Give a shout out to my wife who is still watching the game at home. The girls getting to hear Daddy's voice on TV. Blake Smotherman breaks it outside. He crosses the 40 to the 25, inside to the 30. Stays on his feet down at the 28-yard line. A nice run there by the senior, Blake Smotherman.
Really is. Jason, going back to what you said, the Charlton women call it Daddy's voice, but the rest of us call it the golden pipes of Jason Charlton. And those of us Ezel Harding family, Ezel Harding faithful, love to hear the golden pipes ring when Jason Charlton is announcing our home football,
John,
baseball, and
that.
volleyball games. That's exactly right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Smotherman gets outside again. He is at the 20, 15, the 10, the 5, and he's down inside the 5 at the 3, and Smotherman is tired. He's run a long way tonight, John.
He is.
Shoe slipped off. He's going to throw that back on.
That'll again be first down, Ezel Harding, 1st and goal from the Viking 3-yard
Be
line.
good to see Blake sneak one in the end zone here.
Really would. He's worked so hard this season, either passing or running one in. It sure would. I don't think he's been on the board tonight. It'd be great to see.
Smotherman does come out. Caldwell comes in as quarterback. And again, Caldwell could possibly be part of the future of the quarterback for Ezel Harding, sophomore. He gives to Banks, who was hit immediately and dropped for a loss.
Hit in the backfield, sat down for a loss. Back to the Viking 6-yard line. His 2nd and goal from the 6. Henson on the tackle.
Jason, you mentioned earlier the softball field looks great tonight. The fence was replaced. Used to seeing across the way a red wood plank fence, and it looks nice to see the black chain link fence on the ladies softball field.
I tell you, the last few years, both the baseball and softball fields have undergone fantastic renovations. I mean, the parents and grandparents have really stepped up and said, you know what, we want to have some of the best facilities in the state. And indeed, with getting lights last year on the softball field, brand new black, beautiful chain link fence there in the outfield. Just really, really looking forward to this year's softball team as well. Caldwell pump fakes. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to pass it to the end zone for an Ezel Harding touchdown. The pass complete to Williams from Caldwell. Fantastic job there by the Eagles, and they're on the board again, and it's 22-43, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play.
Really good play there by Caldwell, just using his legs to extend the play. Instead of running it in, checks back and finds Williams wide open in the front of the end zone, hits him right between the numbers. What a great play.
Brings it within 3 touchdowns. Point after attempt to come. And tell you, John, I mean, it's still a long shot in terms of getting to these onside kicks, but it definitely makes the score more respectable, and definitely at the end of the day, we're going to be able to step back and say, this is a ball game. I'm not saying necessarily that we should have won, because Fayette Academy has a fantastic football team, but it's definitely a game that we really could have been a lot closer.
That's true. And what it does more than anything, too, gives us a lot of momentum going into next season. These young guys have had a big night. Caldwell's got a passing touchdown. Williams has a rushing touchdown. Banks has a rushing touchdown. It gives them some momentum to go into this next season with a lot of steam and a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence built. And I think Coach Hall is looking to build off this. Coach Grimes is looking to build off this. The scoreboard may not look good, but I think these are some really good things that we can build off of.
Absolutely. And some other things that are going to be even more difficult next year, especially in our own region, with the possibilities of Friendship Christian coming into the region next year. Battleground Academy dropping down from Division II AA into Division II A. There's word I hear possibly maybe a Boyd Buchanan, if I'm not mistaken, coming into our division out of Chattanooga. Knox Webb, from what I understand, might be, I'm not sure about next year, but might be moving back up to Division II AA, really where they belong. A school their size is really more inclined to be playing with schools up in the Division II-A. So the region is not going to get any easier. And, of course, playing teams out of the West. So year in and year out, John, it's going to be a rough road.
Sure is, but this is the competition we're going to see, and this is the competition that they're going to see from us. Our football program is developing. It's growing. We've seen some really, really good glimpses of things this year. We've got some great players in, some great coaching in, a lot of momentum. I keep mentioning momentum, but this is really something great for us to build off of. You know, I'd like to think that after next year, the commentators in Chattanooga and the commentators in Lebanon are saying, you know, this new Ezel Harding team we have to play, they're the real deal. They're going to have us circled on their schedule every year.
Absolutely. So a kick out of bounds. Tried to fake it to the right and then kick it to the left, and it just really didn't have much bounce to it. Just kind of rolled right on out of bounds. So the Vikings will take the ball at the 35-yard line. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. The Eagles trailing by 21, 43-22.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the half. Ezel Harding still with 2 timeouts remaining.
Jason, do you think they're going to pass on this possession?
John, I don't think so. I was hearing someone in the booth a while ago saying that they're going to want to kind of keep their quarterback safe, and they should. They need somebody healthy to give the ball to their running backs because they're really good.
Absolutely. He's not called upon to throw the ball a lot. When he did tonight, though, he did make his passes. He did connect on them. But as a heavy running game as these teams are, you're exactly right.
The give is up the middle, and he is hit hard. Timeout by the Eagles. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to play.
Big stop there by senior Cranston Gentry again. We saw him hurt, but obviously he's feeling a lot better now. Big stop, met him at the line of scrimmage and drove him backwards. That's what we love to see out of our senior.
And I tell you, John, the thing we talked about at the first half, at the end of the first half and going into the second half was how much heart does this team have? And I think what we have seen is this team has a lot of heart. And especially you think about the young guys that are out there on the field. The future of this team, you know, lies not just simply in your talent, but in how big the hearts of these kids are. And it's really, I tell you, you just really love to see the seniors going out on, being able to make it to the playoffs. And that's no small task, even just making it to the playoffs. There are a number of teams that would really, really like to be here.
That's right. A lot of teams at home tonight. A lot of teams in their houses tonight wishing they could be playing. And so, we definitely can build off of this. That's true.
The Eagles with 1 timeout remaining. The Vikings have used all of their timeouts a long time ago. like to wish all of those from Fade Academy safe travels back to West Tennessee. Very impressive football display tonight, as well as with their fans. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who comes up with it. Looks like the Eagles have it, and they do. Eagles have it again, John.
That's what you love to see.
I'm
They're
telling
not
you.
giving up. This game could be a lot closer. You look at 2 of the last 3 possessions we've had, and they're deep in their territory. We score on both of those, and with this possession, we could be a touchdown away from this game. I know Coach Hall is going to be excited about that. I know a loss doesn't feel good, but all at once, you look like this game could have been in reach.
Absolutely. I mean, we have really had opportunities. We
have.
And when you go back and you watch this ball game, like we talked about before, you take away the big hits and the other opportunities, and we're right there. Smotherman is going to bust it outside. He's going to look downfield and fling it to the end zone for an Ezel Harding
Another big
touchdown.
Great touchdown pass. Great to see Blake Smotherman get one on his record tonight on this last night of the season. Really exciting to see to put that ball in the air. Great pass and catch. Great shot there. Who caught that ball, Jason?
That was, I think, Rodney Garnett.
Okay.
Number 5, Rodney Garnett on the touchdown catch. Or was it Ryan Caldwell?
Zach McClain on to attempt the point after for the Eagles.
The catch was by Ryan Caldwell, the sophomore, quarterback and also wide receiver. The pass from Smotherman was complete. McLean for the point after attempt. The snap is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. With 2:07 left to play, the Eagles have crawled back to within 2 touchdowns of Fade Academy. They have made this game, at the very least, a respectable game,
That's
John.
absolutely correct. You can believe that Coach Hall right now is trying to remind his boys one more time this game is not over. There's still 2 minutes, 11 seconds on the clock left, and I'd be willing to bet he's got something up his sleeve for this Viking defense right now.
Wow, I'm telling you, it really accentuates some of the plays from earlier. You really would, like to have those, but you
really
can't.
would.
And they're going to happen in any ball game. But to have some of that magnitude to really kind of take the wind out of your sails is difficult.
It really is. I looked to that flag that was called, that fumble that was considered a fumble that was down. That's a 14-point swing. Right there is our 2 touchdowns.
That's a tie ball game.
It's a tie ball game.
So proud of these guys, John. I mean, they have fought and they have fought, and and again, John, they still may not win this game, but they're believers.
That's right.
That they can go out on the field and play with these guys because this is a good football team.
Really is. Good football team. No quit in them. A lot of heart. You have to wonder if they're going to kick it deep here or if they're going to try to kick the ball up. I see Dorian Banks and Daniel Williams on the left side, the side behind the kicker.
John, they're going to pooch it again, I believe. I don't think they're comfortable with McLean's onside kick. I think they're just going to kind of pooch it the little 10 to 15 yards again. I might be wrong, but they definitely can't kick it deep with only 1 timeout left. We'll see what they decide to do here. McLean. It is down at the 50. The Eagles will only be able to stop the clock 1 time with 1 timeout left.
Coach Hall dives in the onside kick to the backside there. Interesting play because Fayette Academy has to wait and let it roll 10 yards, and that ball was just rolling, trickling to the 10-yard line. If he gets a man coming in, knocks him out, that play is Ezel Harding's ball.
And if I'm not mistaken, John, you can go and just run over the guys trying to catch the ball.
Absolutely.
And that would have been interesting to see if we could have just kind of blown them off the ball and then we just fallen it after 10 yards. So we're going to see a heavy ground attack here. Try and keep it safe. Up the middle. Pickup of about 5.
Number 3, Miller's on the carry there, Jason. He has a short gain, about 4 there. Seems to be what he does on first down. Gets him 4, and then it seems like after that, Ezel Harding's kind of shut down the offense.
Eagles are going to wait to use their final timeout. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles have really fought back this second half, John, and just really, really proud of these guys. They have outscored Fayette Academy 26-13. .120 left to play in the give up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down. He's going to be just short, about a half a yard short of the first down, maybe almost a full yard short. With 1 minute, 8 seconds left to play, Coach Hall is going to use his final timeout. So he's putting it all on the line here, asking his defense to come up with a big stop. And I'm telling you, John, this could even be 4-down territory for the Vikings.
It could be at this point in the field. Not sure if they would really want to punt and give one of our returners a chance to make a return. I think they might just be willing to let the clock run and get one more play off and then deal with it from there. Tell you what, though, Ezel Harding's done great turning the ball over in the second half. They've turned the Vikings over 3 or 4 times, and it's been a big part of this game plan, and it's been good to see. A lot of ball hawkers on defense, a lot of guys going after the ball, trying to swat at it. It's good to see out of our defensive boys. Got some fire in them still.
Well, and either way, the winner of this game goes on to play ECS, which is not an easy task for anybody.
Evangelical Christian, great school out of Memphis, Tennessee. You can believe that they're going to have several guys that want to go play at the Division I college level. You can believe they'll have guys play at Division II college level. They're a tough squad.
The good news for them, though, they won't have to travel very far. They'll be able to stay out in West Tennessee.
That's right.
43 seconds left to play, 4th and 3 for the Vikings. They're going to keep the ball out there. They may even let it run all the way down.
Yeah.
The flag is thrown with 15.3 seconds left to play, the delay of game, which will move them back, and we'll stop the clock, and let's see if Fate Academy decides to punt the ball away or run one final play.
Looks like Coach is going to keep his offense on the field. I think maybe a wise decision just to run the ball, not risk. Oh, he does. He does bring his punt routine on the field.
The Eagles will set up for the return. Dorian Banks back to return for the Eagles. Looks like they're going to be sending just about everybody they have up the middle. The ball just about blocked. Daniel Thompson comes in to block the punt, and he was there. He just missed the ball, and in the process runs over the punter. Thankfully,
must have went under an armpit or something, but he clobbered the punter. That's so true.
He absolutely did. 8.2 seconds left to play. The Vikings will have it 1st and 10 after the personal foul.
And they'll probably just take a knee, Jason, run the clock out, and that's going to be it for us. What great hustle there. Jason Thompson just blows up the middle.
I'm not sure. He came untouched, John, just straight up the gut. 8.2 seconds left to play. The Eagles are going to drop this, the final game of the season for them. In the first round of the playoffs, the Eagles will lose to Fate Academy 43-29. The Vikings will take a knee for the final play of the game. The Eagles will not be able to stop the clock. But a great job by the Eagles to continue fighting this entire game. Congratulations to Coach Hall and Coach Grimes and the rest of the coaching staff for a fantastic season. Coach Hall's first year at the helm of the Eagles football program. Great job. A lot of hard work that goes into the season. You just don't think about the fact these guys start in the summer in the heat with 2 days and the hard work that goes into an entire season. And you're just really proud of these guys.
Absolutely. Jason, they had a lot of fight tonight, turned the ball over a whole lot. You look at the scoreboard, the game doesn't really reflect the scoreboard. 43-29 happens to be the score, but that game could have gone either way with a couple of officials' calls going a different direction.
See the guys shaking hands at midfield, always good to see. And again, we wish everyone safe travels home, and especially those from West Tennessee traveling back to Summerville, Tennessee. Please travel safe. And again, congratulations to the Eagles on a successful season. Great job being able to host the first round of the playoffs this year. We're going to sign off for the football season. Please stay tuned to future broadcasts. Please check TSSANetwork.com/Ezel Harding. Basketball season coming up very soon. Good night.